Hey guys, and welcome to another one of these podcast thingies. We did the previous one on, it was X-Men and Watch Dogs. And I am joined here, I am going to be your host, and I'm joined here with Carry On Plays.
What?
And our journalist, Jack T.B. Taylor.
Shut up.
I almost thought you weren't there for a second.
I know. Worst start ever.
And,
I was dramatic silence.
yeah. And because I'm the host, I will be posing the questions to my fellow co-hosts, I'll call you, just to give you a bit of that,
Give us
fame.
the title.
Yeah.
Well, we decided, didn't we, that last video that we'd have take turns being the host each. So now it's your turn to ruin the podcast.
Yeah.
So go
To be
ahead.
fair, I'm shaking in
yeah.
my boots right now. I've never had such pressure.
This is probably the biggest responsibility you've ever taken on in your whole
And
entire
so,
life.
as you've guessed from the title, we will be discussing E3, which is in 5 days.
Well, at the time of this being aired, it's tomorrow.
Yes, because we will be releasing this on the Monday.
If our internet speeds deem us worthy.
Well, we all know that after uploading the last one, yours is the worst.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How many hours did it take you to upload?
I put it on upload, I think, like about midnight, and it was done around lunchtime. So it took us like around 12 hours.
It took me 3 hours.
Yeah, I was the same with him. I was about 2-3 hours.
So, anyway, just to kick things off, I'm going to give you a very simple question. What are your thoughts on E3 as a whole?
I'll let you go first. Carry on, please. No,
Oh,
come on, ladies
Thank you
first.
very much, TBT.
Age
Well-
before beauty.
The only thing that pisses me off about E3 is the fact it's it's America, isn't it?
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
it's in
so it's-
Antarctica.
it pisses me off so much because I would really love to go.
Oh yeah, I
That's
think we
like-
all would.
That's the convention I want to go most out of every convention. It just sounds so good.
Yeah.
It's a week
But
long time where you just play games that you're not going to play
It's
for
ex-
another 6 months.
It's extremely hard to get into it as well. It takes, you have to like book in months in advance.
Hmm.
The only thing that we have even close to that is like Eurogamer, which is held in
Germany.
London. No,
Is
we
it
have no.
London?
What's
Oh.
the one that's held? EGX. EGX.
That's soon, that isn't it?
Yeah, that's July. Next month, yeah.
Taylor, go on. What's your opinion of entertainment?
I don't think it's called the Entertainment.
No, it's the Electronic Entertainment Expo,
Yeah, I remember.
which
when you
is
told
why
me
it's E3, because there's threes.
Yeah, no,
Clever, that, innit?
yeah, I remember that Carry On Played was telling me it was entertainment, and I was like, okay, that's retarded, but
In
okay.
fairness, my only logic to that was in the Game Dev Tycoon. There's something called G3, which is E3, and it stands for games. So that was my logic.
It's a good game. Go and get it.
Yeah.
I love E3. I think it's amazing. I've watched it like the past 3 years. Yeah, 3 years ago I watched it on my computer. Last year, Xbox, stayed there staring at the screen for the 2 hours I think that it was on. And this year I will be doing the exact same, watching it for 2 hours, staring at the screen on my
But
Xbox.
this time we've got loads of coursework to be doing, so it really is a dumb move.
Well, for me, it's the hub of all gaming for the year. So pretty much
Yeah,
all the developers, this is their moment to shine and bring hype to their games and to show them off on the
Yeah,
biggest stage of gaming.
And then we also have the spectacular fails, and I hope to God
yeah.
it is
This
Battlefield
we
again this year.
will discuss that later on. I have some questions regarding those moments.
Ah, right, okay.
But first, after we've heard our thoughts, I've got some predictions. I've got some questions lined up for that. So mainly, I want to know what you guys want to see this year at E3.
Go on, Taylor.
All right, thank you very much, kind sir. The thing that I am, without a doubt, most looking forward to is hopefully seeing more Fable Legends. Big fan of Fable. Fable is mint. I completed every Fable so far.
All right,
I've got
don't get ahead
every
of yourself.
achievement Whoa. Wait for it. I'm not finished yet. Right? On Fable 2 and Fable 3, I got every achievement that you could get. Every achievement. The amount of grinding I did on that to just like, because on Fable 3 it was get all the weapons, and for that I had to have about 9 playthroughs of each game, and it was like, yeah.
Okay,
Fable,
so,
without a doubt.
Carrie, what
Oh,
do you?
whoa. One more.
Oh,
one
it's
more, one more.
you can have as many as you want. By the way,
Oh, can we, sir? Thank you.
And Call of Spacey.
Call of Spacey.
Yep, Call of Spacey.
Hashtag
That's-
Call of Spacey.
Let's get that trending. Woo woo.
For me, and it's always roughly the same thing every year. It's just anything Rockstar, and every year I get disappointed because Rockstar aren't really in on the E3 fan. But
Heists. Heists unveiled at E3.
E3 will get DLC trailer.
I don't reckon they'll do that. I don't reckon they'll show Heist at E3.
No, they definitely won't. It's DLC.
There'll be nothing from Rockstar.
Yeah, Rockstar never
right,
do
okay.
E3.
I was taking
But,
most seriously.
E3
then.
doesn't exist to them.
Yeah. I guess Halo, I generally doubt we'll get anything. I think we might just get, like, maybe, if we're lucky, a few minutes of gameplay, if we're lucky. But I want to see some more into Halo 5.
Or it'll be another very subtle trailer like the one at... Wasn't that last E3 as well?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that was a year ago. Jesus.
I think we'll see the TV series that they're making.
Yeah, that's true.
I think because apparently
Oh,
that's
yeah.
deep into production now.
Yeah, I forgot
like the-
E3, they don't just do games, do they?
No,
Yeah.
like, well, Sony's. Actually, I'm not going to talk about that yet. I'm going to wait for us to speak about Sony later. So, yeah, I'm not going to jump ahead of myself
Right,
again.
okay. So, what I want to see is, it's got to be Fallout 4. If I don't see Fallout 4, or even, this is the biggest ask, Half-Life 3, I think E3
Not a
will be a
chance.
giant
Well-
fail for me.
I think even though when was the last Half-Life? Half-Life 2?
6 years ago. No, 6 years ago was the last thing they did for Half-Life, which was Episode 2.
Even if they were to release, like, have it planned this year, I highly doubt it will be, just because they've delayed Steam boxes. So there's
Yeah.
no
I
chance.
don't know, I feel like they're going to do something very subtle, because Valve like to do subtle things. Just to,
What,
like...
you know, like a trailer for another game, or like, I don't know, something to do with Steam. You just see the bottom corner Half-Life 3 logo or something.
It's going to be,
No,
like a trailer for a completely new game. It's going to be called Full Life.
I think it's going to be sort of like the way Halo did it last year, where you didn't know what it was until, the giant sandstorm blew the
Oh,
hood off of Master Chief.
Everyone thought it was Destiny, didn't they?
Yeah, that's-
Everyone thought it was Destiny up until you see the helmet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what. At first, it was just called Destiny. When they said, "Oh, we're showing Destiny," so I'd be like, "Oh, right, it's made by the people who made Halo. It's going to look good. It probably is going to be like Halo."
Yeah.
Then as soon as you see Master Chief's helmet, it's just like, "Oh, what?
Yeah. And
You
Remember when
tricked
that
us!
massive-
You can't trick us!"
When that massive bird came up, we were all like, wait, that looks like something out of Halo. And then his mask came off, we were like, wait, that looks like something out of Halo.
So, but if not, if we don't get Half-Life 3, I guess they're probably going to compensate by showing off the new Source version they've got. I think it's
Oh yeah, barbecue.
Source
Yeah,
3.
it's pretty good.
No,
All right.
you've
I
ruined.
thought that was his
You've
actual
ruined
name.
it. No,
it was Carrie Believe.
So then the new Source engine, if that comes up, then that'll be a bonus.
Mm.
So next, what don't you want to see at E3?
The Microsoft booth and the little keynote thing that Microsoft do, talking about TV, and TV.
Well, what they've already sort of come out and said this, that they're mainly concentrating on games this year, which is a massive thing, because last year it was literally everything. Oh, you've got Kinect with this. Now we're going to introduce Disney, who's going to tell you about an amazing game for 30
Yeah, I
minutes
think
that's
that's
coming
good.
to
Now
us.
now that the consoles are out of the way, they've had their moment. It'll probably be games.
Yeah, that's something as well. Now that it's the year after the release of next gen, they're not going to be focusing on what the consoles can do, but what the games can do.
Yeah, I think the only thing that they'll have there is Microsoft once again shoving it in your face that now they have an Xbox without Kinect.
Yeah,
Huh.
which is not a hard thing to do. It's just taking something out of a box.
The new Xbox, no Kinect.
The
Someone
Xbox
hype up on it.
0.5.
Thumbs up from me. So who hasn't said they don't want to see Taylor? I believe.
Oh right, yeah,
Yeah,
I completely forgot
closest.
we were talking about that. I sort of went blank. But what do I not want to see? I don't want to see Half-Life 3 or anything by Valve, just to annoy you.
Just to spite me.
If they show Steam machines, then yeah, sure, that's cool. But if they
Well, I
show
mean,
anything to do with Half-Life 3, I'm going to be massively disappointed.
If Valve do at least one thing, then I know that they're still around. That they've not just all died and one guy, Gabe Newell's just sitting in a freaking a
Really
throne.
big office.
Yeah, just on a pile of dead bodies with a Steam box and a computer just keeping Steam running.
What I think we might see is I think he did it last year as well. Gabe Newell walking around with a T-shirt that was sort of a hint to something. I think it was him
No,
at
he
least.
he had a hat, and it had a name of a book, and the book was like the last book in the trilogy of this series of books or something like that.
Right. No, because there was somebody else. I can't remember. Somebody anyway was walking around with a T-shirt on that hinted towards a game or some sort of.
Oh, it was a while ago. It was like 3 years ago. It was they said it was a Valve employee walking around with a Half-Life 3 T-shirt showing the logo, but with just a 3 in the thing. But that turned out to be fake.
Or is it?
Oh, we don't know. Inception. Brah. Okay, so moving on. This is a little bit different, sort of the same question, but just a tad different. What would you expect we will see?
Oh well, without a doubt, we'll have Call of Spacey,
Call of Spacey. hashtag
Field
Call of
Battle
Spacey.
5.
Field Battle 5, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
no, we most likely will get Battlefield Hardline. We might get a little something to do with Battlefield 5, but it'll be Battlefield Hardline most likely.
Ah, well, I did not know that. But carrying on with EA have already came out and say this, but their EA's sort of segment that they have is going to be concentrated on next generation sports. So basically, we're going to see FIFA 15 with maybe more cool looking crowds. Yes, because that's what we all want. Not a decent system where they know when somebody's manhandling another player or blocking them from making runs. No, God forbid, we want to keep that in the game. We'll probably see another NFL game like we did last year. It was like, oh, you can now get NFL updates while playing. Nobody cares. Nobody plays NFL.
Just to go on the side there with the sports games, I think they've just released the FIFA trailer today.
It's actually, I was watching KSI did a video on it.
Yeah,
and
I just heard that
it's literally a few seconds long, and all it is a football player, 'cause I'm not really big on football. He takes ages for him to kick a ball. He kicks the ball, it goes to black, and it says FIFA 15, feel the game.
I'm guessing it's like Ronaldo, because it sounds like Ronaldo taking a while to kick a ball.
No, it wasn't taking a while to kick a ball. It was the way KSI did it, but it was literally like a 10-second trailer. It was
right.
was a
Okay.
trailer for the trailer.
What do they call them?
Teasers.
Teaser, that's it, yeah. So it's sort of like a teaser.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Carrie, what do you expect to see at E3?
We're going to see a Call of Duty that looks really awesome, and then when we get it, it's going to be like, oh, they didn't show us the rest of the game.
As long as they show us at least 90% of the time Kevin Spacey's voice and Kevin Spacey dialoguing over everything you do. All the characters are called Kevin Spacey.
Right, you know what?
Okay.
Forget that. You just want Kevin Spacey to be there on stage.
If Kevin Spacey was there on stage, I would not complain.
I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like because everyone loves Kevin Spacey, it makes perfect sense
I
for
think
him to be at least partially
Oh
involved.
yeah, definitely.
I think that would be their best move, actually, on Activision's part, just to let Kevin Spacey walk out on the stage and then walk back, and that's it. That's then done for E3.
Line on the left side of the stage and then off the right side.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look at the audience. He's just there.
So for me, I expect, as always, we'll see Call of Duty, we'll see a Battlefield, we'll see Arkham Knight, and we'll see some sports games.
With Arkham Knight though, I'm not too sure just because of the delayed. Because of it being delayed. But that could mean that there's a big change coming, because how many games have been delayed now?
About
That's
4.
true.
Yeah, there's 4 games been delayed, so that means either producers it's just a coincidence, producers aren't getting the games made in time, they've found too many bugs with the game, or something has shifted within the console generation.
I'd say it's the consoles. Like, people were thinking, oh, we've got this new console, let's get a game out for it straight away, and then they've realised, hang on, it's not going to work. It's going to be like... Because at the start, the Xbox One was just, all the games were mainly tester games.
Oh yeah,
test
definitely.
it out,
It was,
whereas
games to show off the potential.
This is the year where people have got to make games that actually work well on the console. Not saying that the games previously haven't, but this is the time for big AAA titles to come out on the Xbox One.
Yeah, it could also be due to porting as well, because the difference between 360 and Xbox One is a massive leap, so they could be taking a step back and trying to look at that from a different perspective.
Even if it is delayed, they'll probably still have a booth where they'll be showing trailers non-stop and the gameplay stuff that they've probably already got. So it being delayed doesn't necessarily mean they're going to scrap everything.
No.
Okay, so finally in this predictions part, what don't you expect to see from E3?
Ooh, that's a good one. What do we not expect to see? I'm going to let you take the reins of this one because I need to have a little think about this.
So when you say that, you mean something we I'm not expecting, but most likely will be there.
You could say it like that. Just something that if it appears, you're just like, oh.
I don't expect them to announce the next generation of consoles.
I do not expect EA to show a Battlefield without having one minor mistake.
Oh, that would be such. We can't talk about that yet. We've already been told off once. Wait for it.
So, is that your answer? Your final answers? Yeah. Well, for me, as I did, Chris Tarrant here. I did say I want to see Half-Life 3 at E3, but that doesn't mean I expect it to see, because I don't expect it to be there, as I don't expect Fallout 4 to be there either. Just because it's just the way it happens for us gamers. We're always let down by E3 because some developer doesn't decide to announce the game we want.
Yeah. What I've just thought then, I was just looking at, I just looked off out my window and I saw my game cases there, my limited editions, and Gears of War. I really want to see a next generation Gears of War, but I don't expect it just because of the shift in power that it's had. Like they've moved from one company to another, being making it. Yeah,
for a few years, ever since was it Judgment, the last one?
Judgment was the last one. It was a good game. Campaign was short. The campaign was better than the online without a doubt because they used it was sort of as if there was two different interfaces, but it was the same sort of play style. If you get with the Judgment campaign, you had your axis on the screen, so you could see where your bullets were gonna fly all over the place, just like the multiplayer and the single player of all the previous ones, so 3, 2, and 1. But the online you had no axis, and it felt as if it was a bit more smoother in a sense. So it looks like they've used two sorts of approaches.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the huge expert in Gears of War because I haven't finished the third one. I'm halfway through the third one, so I don't even know if there is any material to go on to another Gears of War.
No, that's one of the things with... They already said they're ending the trilogy. They were going to start a new trilogy with Judgment, but I don't think it went very well. I'm not... Don't quote
So are you expecting like a... Well, if it does appear, would you feel it would be a complete reboot?
No, if I was to guess, I would guess that it's going to be a prequel to the first game, just because we don't know what happened during the war, which started the first one.
Well, because they got bought by another company in the Gears of War franchise, was that right? Well, they finished the franchise and then they ruined it with Judgment, and then they sold the thing. I think I'm not too sure on this, don't quote me, but I feel like the new devs or publishers are making a Gears of War.
If they do, I would be very excited, just because I would definitely buy that game. I'd probably get the limited edition.
I never used to I used to think it was just a gory game. I wasn't really a big fan. And then my mate said, he was saying, I'm looking forward to getting Gears 3. And I got Gears 1 and 2 for like a tenner. And I've never completed a game quicker than I've that. Like the story, I loved it.
Gears of War 3, it is genuinely the only game that I've ever played which made me feel incredibly sad and like they'd stolen a person out of my life. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's just a tragic...
Yeah, even though I'm halfway through it, I know what you're talking about.
It's the sound. They play Mad World, but it's just the tune. It's like a karaoke version, but you sort of just sit there and you're watching it, and it's just as in, what's happening here? Then it's like, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. And then it just...
It's a Darth Vader moment. No!
Yeah, I was playing the game with CC Gaming, and we did it, and we were literally, it just fell silent. Both of us didn't say anything, and it took like 30 seconds after the next mission has started for us just to go like, those bastards.
What the fuck just happened?
Bastards.
You know, on a really kind of related topic, but not too much to E3, and I'm gonna spoil it because the game's been out fucking ages. The only other time I've been like a bit upset in a game was in GTA 4, my first playthrough. When Roman got killed on his wedding day. Like, I hated Roman the entire game. And I was like, oh no! I was like, his life's just been made perfect because he got married and now he's dead.
Yeah, it's like one of those where it's like, oh yeah, everything's looking up for him now, and down again.
Yeah, exactly. Right, back down.
Okay, so next we're going to move on to, and this is the last question for the predictions for E3. What would
21
be?
minutes in.
Yeah. Well, no, this is just predictions. We've still got to talk about E3 as a whole.
Yeah, man.
So,
Mention.
what would be? Shut up. What would be the biggest surprise of E3 for you this year if it happened?
GTA 6.
GTA 6.
I'm going to go back to something I said that was completely ridiculous before. The next generation of gaming, the Xbox 2. No. They're going to go for something more, sort of edgy, a bit more niche. They're going to go for the Xbox 3.
The Xbox 3?
Yep.
Are you mad? Did you take drugs before this?
Nope. I don't think so.
Well,
But that guy did look a bit sketchy with that candy. Yes, I did just say candy.
oh god,
Podcast
you've been
brings the yank in you.
No, but so if it
jumping
was
into too many vans.
if it was to be serious about this, it'd be Borderlands, the next Borderlands.
That would be a big surprise for you.
Yeah, because I only learned about that today during research that there's a Borderlands in the work. So for me to see that now, it'd just be like, whoa, that's crazy. And I'm also incredibly excited because I also got the limited edition of Borderlands 2. So I will probably get the limited edition of Borderlands 3 or whatever they decide to call it.
The pre-sequel.
Oh yeah, the pre-sequel. That was it.
You know what I think's really cool with like the world we live in, like gaming wise. The Borderlands 2 is on the PS Vita. I think that's amazing considering Borderlands 2 came out when the PS Vita was out. I think that's mint.
That's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
It's both of you had your biggest surprises.
Yeah, go on. What's yours? Half-Life 3.
No, actually no. I've just
Half-Life
been
4.
while you guys have been chatting away there, I've just been having a little think to myself, and a big surprise for me would be
And I think to
Tom.
myself, what a wonderful
World. I would think Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Patriots would be a big surprise because that's been extremely quiet since its reveal last year at
Is that the
E3.
Online one that I'm thinking of?
No,
the
that's-
video.
that-
Patriots. Yes, big yes.
Patriots.
I would
We last saw the only thing we've seen of it was that it was like a gameplay-ish sort of trailer at E3 last year.
I never saw it. I don't remember.
It showed some guys breaking into a person's home and holding like a woman hostage and stuff like that. While this team of I'm guessing Rainbow Six agents or whatever they're called rappelled down. I think it's like the bridge in San Francisco. I'm not sure if it's the Golden Gate Bridge or not. But it
the
seemed
San
like
Francisco one is
Yeah.
Golden Gate.
And they were rappelling down that, and they had like a giant battle going on on that bridge with some guy and explosives, and it looked really cool. And that was it, and nothing for a year. So that would be a big surprise if I saw that this E3.
For the guys at home, obviously don't know. Us three all have open an IGN page with a list of all the games coming out on next gen, coming out that we'll see in E3. I was not listening to you at all, Fiffle Fox, so I apologise that I scrolled down. I am very excited for when we get up to a certain point. I am incredibly excited just to talk about it.
Well, lucky for you. This is the next part. This is
That was a
what
good
we'd
segue.
be.
You just ruined it.
That's where you go on now, Carson.
Go on, you're the host.
No. I think that's it. I think I'm done. I'm gonna.
Well, guys, it's been the podcast, so
It is a bit shorter than the last one, but nevertheless, we don't have any Carson Fox now, which is I am happy about.
we're a fox down.
Right.
Carson,
Seriously, we need you back now.
Carson.
Come on.
Oh, I turned it off for some reason. I didn't even.
never met somebody so stupid.
I
How
didn't.
have you had a YouTube channel for over a year?
Right. Do you want to know something funny? I didn't even have my hands on the mic. So the catch must have just fell.
The
So
mic thought you were that stupid it unplugged
I have
itself.
a poltergeist in my room.
Hopefully it takes you in your sleep.
Right, so anyway, we have this list on IGN, E3 2014 games list, and it's got a colour coding. We're not going to discuss PS3, PS4, Vita, Wii U, or 3DS, because we don't use any of those as a, let's
Well,
say...
I have a PSP.
Yeah, well, we don't really have them as
they're no
big
longer
gaming
supported.
consoles.
They are no longer supported. We're not going to get any more PSP games, Taylor, so no more FIFA.
So, I will only be mentioning games on this list that are Xbox 360, Xbox One, or PC.
I think we should also talk about PS4 just because that's next gen.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to.
You're going to have a quick warning here. You're going to have a load of comments from us free if we're talking about PS4 with people who've never played up on the PlayStation 4, and we have no idea what we're talking about.
You have to remember, we're not like journalists or really that big in gaming. We just like what we like.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a shit ton of games that we're going to talk about and know very little. So if you hate us, just leave it down in the comments and press dislike and unsubscribe to FIFA.
So if we come across a game which is like the one you're the most excited for, which for the first game on the list is Adventure Time, I don't know who's going to be super excited for that. No offense to any of you who are super excited for that.
Adventure Time's big on the internet, so I can expect people to be excited.
Yeah.
But in the same sense, I literally have not heard of it until right now looking at the list.
So that was just an example to say that if we do come across a game that none of us have no idea what about it or anything like that, we'll just skip it.
Has anyone watched Adventure Time ever?
I know.
I really can't be asked Googling it.
I always see screenshots of it on Reddit, and it's usually quite funny, and I chuckle about it. So I legally obtained a video of one of the episodes. Yes, right. And I watched it, and I sort of just stared at the screen for 22 minutes and was like, is it going to get funny now? It's like awkward humour in a sense. Like they say something, and it's just like, am I supposed to laugh? I think I might need to bash my head against the wall for me to find any of these jokes funny.
Well, to get this list started, we're going to start with Adventure Time.
I think we just have. We've just finished Adventure Time.
Okay.
Right, well, we'll do something as well. We'll say yay or nay, whether we're excited to see it and we want to see it. So I'm going to go nay.
Nay again. But in the same sense, maybe, because it could be cool. I mean, that South Park game, I didn't expect the South Park game to be good, and apparently it's really good.
To be fair, I've never heard of the publisher, Little Orbit, so...
I've never heard of half these.
Okay, so moving on from that one, Age of Wushu, Tempest to Stripe, anyone got anything for that?
Oh yes, I'm really excited for that game. It looks really fun.
Made by Snail Games. I mean, they just ran out of games.
The game actual pace of it is so slow.
It actually has taken them 20 years to make this game.
Right.
It's just one guy.
So the next one will actually have something to say, well, me, for one. Alien Isolation. So I think I'll start off with this one. I've seen a lot about this ever since the god-awful...
To clarify, this comes out on PS4, PlayStation 3.
PS3, Xbox, everything except the handhelds and the Wii Poo. And... So, Alien Isolation is a complete reboot of the entire Aliens gaming franchise, whatever you want to call it, after the god-awful Colonial Marines.
Yeah, that was really bad. And it looked really good in the trailer as well.
And, I never played it, but I only heard bad from it.
Instead of it being a giant shoot-'em-up, which Colonial Marines was, I don't even think you can call it a game, to be fair.
It was that poor.
This is instead a more horror aspect. So you take the form of, I think it's Ripley's daughter.
I think you'll find it is your mum.
Thanks. Ripley's daughter, and she is stuck on a spaceship in space, which is the usual formula for an Aliens game.
A spaceship in space?
I mean, how do you get stuck in a spaceship on land? But whatever.
What's good about this is that it's just you as Ripley. You have no other sort of AI companions or anything like that to help you out, and there's only one alien, and that alien will hunt you down and sort of stalk you, and it's also got that sort of sci-fi feel from the 80s, back when the films came out.
And it also
and it also has the soundtrack from the films as well.
The original
so everything looks sort of 80s sci-fi instead of new age sci-fi.
I really like the idea of there being one alien, because they're supposed to be really OP, aren't they?
Yeah.
And in the last one, there was a shit ton of them, and they weren't that hard to kill. So I really like the idea of being one.
Yeah, and you can't
imagine if there was loads of them and they were incredibly hard to kill. That game would be terrible.
Well, I guess
even worse than it supposedly was.
Another reason why the one alien thing works is because you have no way of killing it. It's not you're not sort of a soldier in a sense. So you don't have one of those giant pulse rifles to just blast it away. You have to sort of hide and use the shadows to creep past it. But that's one of my exciting games.
Alright, now I know that you're the host and all, so you've got to say it next game, but I'm going to say it because it's my favorite franchise. Well, what my second favorite franchise.
I think
And
we
that
should
is-
just let you take the lead on this anyway, because you're probably the person that knows the most about this specific game that you will now introduce.
So it's Assassin's Creed Comet, coming for last gen, so PS3 and Xbox 360.
Terrible name.
And then Assassin's Creed Unity, which is a better name, still pretty shit, called PS4 and Xbox One and PC. I mean, to be fair, we don't actually know if they're their actual names, because I hope not, especially Comet.
Comet, what is that about?
The thing, I'm not too sure if I like the idea or dislike the idea, but what it is they're doing a thing where last gen and current gen get two different games.
I don't
not
like that.
just two variants. I don't know if it, like, I have both next gen and last gen, so I'm okay with getting them both. I hope there's like a month gap between the release dates. I don't want them both to come out on the same day because that would be fucking ball ache for my wallet. But
Do you think
We've
this is
not-
a ploy to earn money? Because I know that Ubisoft started off the online pass sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
They were
Well-
the first ones to introduce that. So do you reckon this is just a ploy for them to
I
get
think
more
they're
money?
seeing it to get more money, but I don't think it's going to be too successful. I feel like one of them's going to fail, and they're going to focus on the one that doesn't. But what was I going to say? We've not seen much on Comet, but what we have seen of Unity is it's in. What I can't remember.
France.
Civil. Is it? I can't remember what time is it in France.
I thought like Renaissance.
Yeah, I feel like Renaissance France. I'm not too sure. And we've seen a couple screenshots. If we guys aren't lazy, then we may put them in the video. Probably not because we're halfway in.
Well,
But,
I'm gonna
uh,
actually try this time.
But it looks fucking amazing. Like, at least from the screenshots, you wouldn't tell it was a game from looking at the walls.
Oh yeah, it
and
was
such.
really beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I am incredible. I hope it continues the story of Desmond and that. I mean, I know it can't without spoiling the game, but Assassin's Creed 4's the way they did it was pretty shit because they had it like you were walking, you were a character that was unknown, which really annoyed me, and you were
Hmm.
first person, which was dumb. Reason.
I liked Assassin's Creed 4. I know that you weren't a massive fan of it.
I didn't like the boating aspect, but I enjoyed
I
everything
loved
on
it.
land.
I have never played Assassin's Creed 4.
I thought you were
It-
going to say Assassin's Creed in general, and I was about to leave the
No,
chat.
The
No,
first
I-
all
I've
communication-
played them all up to 3, and my favourite one was 2. If any of you have seen that top 25 I did, that was the Assassin's Creed game I
that's
chose.
definitely
Yeah,
the best
Assassin's
Assassin's Creed. But I think IGN as well said that Assassin's Creed 4 is better than Assassin's Creed 2, which I completely disagree with.
I agree. I disagree with that. Assassin's Creed 2 was amazing. I mean, I played all of them apart from 3 just because I was going. I had a lot of friends that got it on the day of release, and then they were all like, "It's terrible, don't get it. It's the worst game I've ever played." So I was like, "Okay, I'm not spending £40 on a game that everyone says is terrible."
Yeah, well,
So
the,
I completely missed that one and just read up the story on Wikipedia.
the character of Ezio is compelling enough, really. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know about, what is it, Edward in the 4th one? Is he even?
yeah, I can't remember what his name is though. The only
Well,
thing I remember
Carrie,
from
you're
Assassin's-
I forgot. You're not good with names.
The only thing I remember from
Wait,
Assassin's
who-
Creed
which
4 is the
character you talking about?
shanties.
I'm talking to you about Assassin's Creed 4 and Edward, if that's his
Oh,
name.
Kenway, yeah.
Edward
Oh,
Kenway.
right, okay. So was he a good character? For you?
He actually kind of was. I liked him a lot. I also liked the very ending. I'm gonna spoil it because the game's been out almost a year. It's not really
Spoiler
much of a
alert!
spoil. You know
Go on.
this from the beginning of the game if you're a fan of Assassin's Creed, but his son is Connor's dad.
Oh, well, that's not
And
a spoiler at
At the
all.
very beginning of Assassin's Creed 3, you start off as Connor's dad in a theatre. And at the very end of Assassin's Creed 4, it's a cutscene of the Edward holding his son in a theatre, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And
Ah.
I did, even in Assassin's Creed 4, they had a nice story, even though it didn't revolve around Ezio. So I'm
Oh.
glad that they've still got that creative juice. on it.
Assassin's Creed 4 actually did have quite a sad moment as well with Blackbeard.
Oh yeah, that was actually.
When
I
ev-
mean, the worst thing was because he's a real person. You knew when it was coming. Like, I remember telling, I think it was Carson, when it was like I was looking online. I was like, it says he dies in this year, and the game's this year.
I remember
That's
that.
where
I was
am
in the
now.
party
And I was
at
like,
the time.
fuck, he's gonna die soon.
I remember that.
So have we discussed Unity?
Well, there's not much. That is Unity, the French one. Comet, I don't know if there is much information, but I've seen very little besides the name and the consoles it's coming out.
Just in a summary, there's not much we know about Assassin's Creed as of now, but in E3 we probably will see
yeah,
If-
a
if
good
the brand-
trailer or
brand-
something.
if we're branching away from sort of video game aspects, there has been more news in the Assassin's Creed film.
Oh, go on.
That there apparently, well, a while ago, it was back when I think Assassin's Creed 3 was first coming out. That's when they first said, "Oh yeah, we're going to make a film. It's going to be directed by this person and
It's
this
going to have
person."
Magneto in it.
And then the director left. He said he's not doing it because of low budget. Because that's one of the main things with games. They don't have a massive budget because they never really tend to do that well. So
Yeah.
they always have a small. It's the same with Bioshock. Bioshock, I thought that would have been a great film series if they would have done it right. But again, that was caught in back in like 2002 or something like that when they just didn't have enough funding to complete the series. But with Assassin's Creed, I think they've actually just picked up a new writer.
Have they?
But
Well,
if right, here's a good question for you: who would you like it to revolve around? The film, I personally would be Ezio, but
Ezio, I would like it to be Ezio, but the problem is we've lived his entire life. Like,
yeah,
Assassin's Creed 2 is him as a baby to like an adult.
yeah.
And then Brotherhood is in just his 40s. Revelations is him as an old man. And then Embers, which came in the special edition to Revelations, I think it's free now to watch on like Uplay and such, was essentially him as an old man and when he dies, just as an old man.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we've pretty much seen all of him.
That's the problem with certain games that try to have movies made of them, is that they've already got a lot of subject material that we all know.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard for them to come up with something new, but that also
Like,
relates to the subject matter of the game, which is why a lot of video game movie adaptations don't work, is because they all try to do their own thing and they don't take
Yeah.
from the games, which is why
Well,
the
exactly,
Resident Evil films fail in the eyes of a lot of fans because they don't take from the games.
story. Yeah, but
Resident Evil
the,
wasn't even a good. They were okay to watch, but it's not one of those ones that I go, "Oh yeah, Resident Evil's on, quick, get it."
Yeah.
like the Assassin's Creed book, the first one, which was based off Assassin's Creed 2, it pretty much is all of the Assassin's Creed 2 story, like word for word. And then also there's some DLC in Brotherhood that's like flashbacks to the time in Assassin's Creed 2, and that's in the book. So it was cool how they did that, how if you read the book, you'd learn a little bit more, and if you didn't read the book, you'd find out in the next game. So, I mean, if they follow the book/game, then it could be like properly, not like with Lara Croft and that shite. But just do things right. God damn it, films, do things right.
Okay, so the next game, this is going to be another talking point, Batman Arkham Knight, which will be releasing on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Excitement, much excitement.
I'm very excited, as me, well, all of us, as you know, in the last video podcast, we pretty much spent the entire time talking about superheroes. We are massive fans of superheroes. I've played all 3 Arkham games.
I haven't played the most recent
I'm
one
in
yet.
I'm in the process of playing Arkham Origins, which Carrie lent to me. So I thank you for that.
He's poor. And I loved Arkham Asylum. I loved Arkham City. Arkham Origins was like a game, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
in
quite-
fairness, it was a different dev, so
It's quite
Can't
fresh
blame
to me
them.
as well, because I've recently been replaying the Game of the Year editions on Steam. So I've gone back through them, and so it's all sort of fresh on my mind, which is why I'm really excited to see if
Yeah,
they
it's good
do anything
timing,
with
isn't it?
Arkham. Yeah, it's really good timing, and it also allows me to do a lot of theories as well, because I know a lot of people have got a lot of theories about Arkham Knight because of
Well-
the title character.
I will be excited to see it.
what was I gonna say? Origins, like for me, the main reason I enjoyed that game so much, I mean, the gameplay was pretty fun. The story wasn't that much, but what I really do like is like the shout outs to the future, well, to City and Origins, City to Asylum, because it is a prequel to both of those. So you're meeting people for the first time, and you're hearing like even more of a backstory that's very small because it's just a few years, but it's still really big, and it's like, right. Like for example, without spoiling it, Bane has a really cool way that they explain Bane, because in Asylum he's a lot different to how he is in Origins, and you find out
Yeah.
how, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I really like that, because at the moment I'm halfway in, I've seen quite a few of the characters. I like that they didn't just stick them in and say, oh, this is a prequel because it happened before all of
Yeah.
this. They actually showed characters in a different look, than they
they're
were.
all,
So
they're
like
all younger.
so like Killer Croc and Bane, they're not huge like they are in Asylum and City. They're a lot. They're scaled down a bit because this was like 5 years before.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I really want to play this now. I might just buy it on Steam.
Origins.
Hey?
But Origins.
Oh right, I'll get it on the Humble. I'm pretty sure they have it on the Humble store, don't they?
Most likely, yeah. But Arkham Knight, oh, I can't wait. Like, I found it funny that we saw a gameplay trailer the other day, which was possibly the worst gameplay trailer I've ever seen, because we got a scene of him driving a car through a tunnel, and then another scene of him getting in the car, and that was about it when it came to gameplay. Everything else was like cutscenes.
It was
Maybe that's all they've got.
Well, they did show the Batmobile trailer, which was cool. Which is a big part of the next game, is now that you'll be able to use the Batmobile, and I hope it's not OP. I really hope it's not.
What I want is I don't want it to be the same driving as it is in Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs let me down with the driving.
Yeah.
And
Everyone said that. I read that a lot everywhere.
The drive is too arcadey. I want the Batmobile to feel powerful and like controlled and heavy. That's what I want.
This isn't a car!
Get in the car.
Well, final thing on the Arkham Knight. I know a lot of people, it's a big theory around the Arkham Knight. Like, who is the Arkham Knight? Who do you think is the Arkham Knight?
Me.
You're the Arkham Knight.
Yeah, we all think it's Taylor. Taylor actually is confirmed. He's the voice actor for the Arkham Knight. He actually knows.
That's the voice.
Hello.
Kermit the Frog. It's Jack T.B. Taylor playing Kermit the Frog, playing the Arkham Knight.
Say here, mister.
Well, I can't remember his name. You know it, but I don't. You'd say his name real quick. The one who we talked about this before, didn't we? The one who is obsessive over Batman.
Hush.
Yeah, Hush, because he becomes in the comics. He becomes obsessed over.
Well,
him.
yeah, in the Arkham City game, there's a side quest where you follow people who are being like skinned or something, and it turns out he's had he's had surgery on his face to make him look like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I remember that. Because he looks identical, and he sounds identical as well, and he becomes so obsessed with Batman that he's annoyed that Batman doesn't kill the bad guys, so he decides to try and kill bad guys. And he becomes a villain and starts to hate Batman because of it. So it would fit it in every way. But I guess, as one of the things that OXM said, is why would he have the surgery on his face to look like Bruce Wayne and then wear a mask?
Yeah. Well,
that seems like a really bad waste of time.
Yeah.
My theory is that because the main antagonist of the game, which is confirmed, is Scarecrow. Thank God he's back, because he is one of my favourite Batman villains. And he was very well portrayed in the games. And that is, he's released like a giant fear toxin, which is mixed with the Titan serum or whatever it's called, to make an even worse fear toxin. And I believe that this fear toxin is what causes Batman to hallucinate the Arkham Knight. Because at first I believed it was him believing that he could never be defeated, and he'd be scared of being defeated because that means he would let down Gotham and he wouldn't be able to save Gotham. But now there's been all of this. I've read up on this thing about Joker because he's dead. They refuse to say if he's alive. They still believe he's dead. The Rocksteady, they still say he's dead.
Yeah.
And that is because Batman has he's got a lot of depression over the death of Joker in Arkham City. So I believe that the Arkham Knight is Joker, but the Arkham Knight is really there, but the fact that he's seen Joker as the Arkham Knight is not real.
Because in fairness, he does look a lot like a robot, so it would make a lot of sense why he's visioning a person inside of the robot.
Yeah.
And also, another thing, which I can't really say too much, but at the end, about 3/4 of the way through Origins, you notice that there's a big thing that pissed a lot of people off, and it would make sense for them to repeat that again in the new one.
Okay, so moving past Batman now, finally. Talking of crying, we have a game called Battlecry by my favourite developers, Bethesda, which, ironically, I have no idea what this game is.
Well, I clicked on the link, because IGN have a link to some of the games, and it's blank. It just says it's an upcoming game. I don't think there's
Is it? So is that it? Are we just going to move on from there? Now, interestingly enough, there's two here. Battlefield 5 and Battlefield Hardline.
Now, being the guy that plays a bit of Battlefield, better than you,
You need to clarify who.
but you, Carson,
I don't
Battlefield
play
Hardline is the one that most likely will come out this year,
Yeah.
and Battlefield 5, we probably will get a trailer.
Yeah, because it's to be announced, isn't it?
Yeah, because we also got the leaked trailer for Battlefield Hardline recently. Battlefield 5, we've received no information on. I personally think Battlefield 5 is coming out next year.
Seems to be
next November.
Seems to be a trend now, doesn't it? Leaked trailers.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
With putting your fingers in the air.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other day. I can't remember who to, but it was
It was me saying that
could be-
lots of
yeah.
games have been leaking recently.
this could be a strategy, because in fairness, if a trailer came out, we may have had a conversation with it, but because it was leaked, it was big news.
It brings more hype.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I'm actually surprised that they've not chosen Battlefield Bad Company 3.
Oh, I loved I hated Battlefield, the normal ones. Bad Company was amazing. I played them on the PS3 and I thoroughly enjoyed
I'm
them.
surprised they've gone for a different route, or maybe this is Bad Company they're just sort of like dumbing it down. In a sense.
Well,
I might
said
get
it's
this
a
new
cop game.
Battlefield, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of Battlefield, really.
Carrie,
I-
thoughts?
Well, it's a cop game. I think I spoke about this in another video that will maybe possibly be linked in the video soon. But it's essentially a cop game, and it's going to be split into two teams, cops and robbers. And it's going to be massive maps. It's going to be Battlefield, but it's going to be cops v robbers, which I think is really cool when you consider like you could rob a bank, escape, drive away, blow shit up. It's going to be really cool. I think
That
it's
reminds
definitely...
me. That reminds me of playing like Cops and Robbers on Call of Duty 4. If anyone ever used to play that.
Yeah.
Well, what
I think
what
loads of
I'm
people
thinking
used to
is
play
It's
that.
going to be a bit like
Good times,
Payday,
yeah.
but not terrible.
Okay. Well, moving on from that, because again, it's like Assassin's Creed. We don't know that much. So
Yeah.
the next one is Below. Does anyone?
Heard of
That's Xbox One and PC. I haven't heard of it.
Oh,
Um,
also, Battlefield 5, we have no idea what it's coming out on, and Hardline is everything but Wii
Yeah.
U and DS.
It's to be announced on Battlefield 5.
My expectations are are quite below the standard.
Oh God!
I-
Moving
I-
on.
I-
Moving on.
I have no idea what that game is. and
Right,
it's all
Snail
like-
Games makes a return with Black Gold Online on PC. I don't think any of us
No.
give a total toss. Let's move on. Borderlands, the pre-sequel. For PS3, Xbox 360, and PC.
Oh, wow, no next gen.
What?
Oh, it's Borderlands. Do you think they really need to go next gen?
Yes, definitely.
Really?
Well, it's a target market.
Yeah, Borderlands is a massive game.
I mean, they recently went portable with the PS.
I mean,
Vita,
it's surprising they haven't, but I don't see it being a requirement for them, because have you seen the Borderland games? They're not really the most demanding of
No,
games.
it doesn't need it for demanding, but I mean,
It would
needs
improve
for
a
the
lot of
audience.
things, yeah, and the audience, of course, yeah, but it doesn't seem like it's a must-have. Like, I could see it working without, is what I mean.
I'm just clicked on the information about it, and it's basically the third entry in the sort of series that they have going. So it's like if any of you have ever played Borderlands, in the second one, it's about a guy called Handsome Jack who basically wants to like take over everywhere and kill everyone. But it talks about how he rise to his famed villainous stature while orbiting Pandora's moons and stuff like that. That's all. That's all.
Is that all we know on Borderlands the pre-sequel? Because most of these games have actually only just been announced in the last 3 months. So
Yeah,
there's
there
very
is-
little information on it. Whereas there's only quite a few that have been known about for I guess half a year. So some of these we just don't know information about them.
There was something I'm just reading down it then, and they've not talked about next gen. They've only got like previous gen, but they were talking about gameplay mechanics, and one of the quotes is that weapons that go pew pew.
That's a necessity for Borderlands.
Okay. Anything else on Borderlands?
No,
Nope.
not really. I wasn't really
Right,
big on
okay.
fan.
Broforce. I don't know if you two know anything about Broforce.
That seems like a game that would be really cool, but when it comes out, it'll be really shit. So my
Broforce-
guess is going to be really shit.
Broforce is a tiny, it's like a little indie game. It's interesting. I've seen quite a lot of YouTubers play it at the moment.
Never
You
heard of it.
take
This is on PC only.
yeah, PC only, and it's like really pixelated. It looks like games like McPixel and stuff like that. It's a side
Oh, I hate
scroller,
McPixel.
and you play as certain characters from certain action flicks and stuff, but instead of them being their name, they've got bro in it. So let's take
Rambro.
Rambro or Brode for Blade, and Command Bro for Commando and stuff like that. And the Bro, which is the one from Matrix as Neo. So
God.
So it's all different action characters, but with Bro mixed into it, and you all get their signature weapons and stuff like that. And it looked really interesting just to play, and there's co-op as well. So wink, wink to any of you that want to play it.
I'm not playing with you.
You missed a game. I know. To be fair, it's
on the
different
PSP
platform.
Digital. We
But
don't
this is what I'm pointing
care.
out. They've recently said that they're no longer supporting the PSP, and there's a PSP game coming out on E3.
Great, moving on. The big one. The huge one. I know loads of people will be like, oh, God, turn it off now. But there's no denying this is the huge one. This will be the big one. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
I'm sorry, but you made a bit of a mistake there. It's called
Call of Space. Hashtag Call of Spacey.
Advanced Kevin.
Advanced Kevin.
Oh my God, if the final battle is not him in a mech, I don't know what it'll be.
No, he is the mech. It's a tiny person got inside of him.
I think it'll just be.
If the whole game doesn't revolve around him, then I will just be upset.
I will not be surprised if the end is Kevin Spacey is actually just a comatose patient and this is all in his head.
We all know that Kevin Spacey doesn't get ill or go into comas or anything like that. Kevin Spacey is live.
It's true.
So I think the big things we can talk about Advanced Warfare is some of the gameplay changes that they've brought, and for the first time in a long time for Call of Duty, I'm actually excited about this. I don't know about you two.
Sorry, you go on. You go first. Carry on, please.
I am, but only for the story, because
that's exactly what I was going to say.
The things that we saw that interest me was the massive jump thing, which has been done before. The hovering bikes, there's rarely vehicles in multiplayer, so we won't see those. And also the climbing thing, and the climbing thing was slow as dicks, so that's not going to be in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because COD is a very fast-paced game, so I don't know. I think it's just going to be... I really feel like it's going to be Ghosts again, and I don't want it to be, because that was a letdown.
Well, what we're hoping for is that they learn from their past mistakes, and they don't limit us to, like, one mission per these new advancements. So, like, the movable defense wall, whatever it is, that you can... so it's like a sheet, like you roll out a sheet of something, and it's like this sort of like...
I remember that, yeah.
It's like this, like, it's like this protection for them. It's like a shield,
cool.
a barricade or whatever.
They need
cover.
to integrate more single-player things into multiplayer.
And I hope that isn't like a one-mission thing, as is the climbing and the jumping and stuff, and the whole sort of exoskeletons. I just hope they don't do the typical Call of Duty thing, like, oh, you can only use this now. Like the I think it was it Black Ops 2? The wingsuits was one mission.
Well, another thing is the piss take about Call of Duty is they don't show multiplayer at E3. We'll have, if we're looking at past CODs, we'll get maybe 2 missions. Definitely get 1 mission, maybe 2 of COD, and then they have their own event later in the year, like a month or so before the release, maybe, and that's when we'll see Call of Duty Advanced Warfare multiplayer. And the reason why I hate that is because it's a tournament, so that means that they turn off even more rules.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really bad.
Just to save time, I mean, I know we've still got quite a while left, but we could probably go on for days about this, but I think, do you want to leave it for, like we said in the last one, for its own video? Because I think we've got a lot to talk about for Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of games to go through. And also, I quickly want to say that me and Taylor, I don't know if Carson's been watching, we've been texting each other saying we need to hurry up because we like the 1 hour, 15-minute cap.
We spent 20 minutes talking about that. I was watching my time and I was like, fuck me, we're going to be here for 4 hours.
Well, wasn't an hour and 15 the minimum?
Yeah, but what I think we should cap it on is, because it's E3, this is a special once-a-year podcast where we go on for days. I think that's fair.
Right, okay, yeah, let's say that.
I was just making sure that everybody realised that we were coming up to an hour.
Yeah, well, we're pretty much near the end. We just need to get through this list, and then I've got 2 final questions. That's it. So,
the console of the game.
yeah, well,
the
let's
content
quickly
of the
move
game.
on. Chariot, PS4, Xbox One, Wii U,
Not heard
PC.
it.
No one cares.
Obviously, going back to Call of Duty, obviously, it's not actually said what consoles it's going to be on.
Oh yeah,
I'm
TBA,
most
but
likely
we
gonna
obviously
assume-
know.
Definitely next gen, possibly PC on release, possibly last gen. I'm not too sure. I feel like
They will
if it
do
does,
last gen.
it will only
They'll do
come to
last gen.
360
They
because they side with Microsoft. I really wouldn't be surprised if it's next gen only because they're trying to push this next
Nah,
gen.
they want
Well,
the
yeah,
most
we
revenue
all
they
know
can
that
possibly get.
Microsoft have their hand very deep inside Activision's pocket.
Yeah, they want as much money they want.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. But then again, I won't be surprised.
Chariot-
Either way, they're going to let me down.
Chariot,
The only thing that I
anyone?
want from Advanced Warfare, just as the last thing, is to have Kevin Spacey as a multiplayer character. I don't care if it costs me £40. I have to buy Kevin Spacey for £40. I will have him in multiplayer, just saying random things constantly.
Like,
Right.
don't even relate. Just quotes from House of Cards.
Literally, it's just going to be an episode of House of Cards. But he's doing everybody else's lines.
Chariot.
No,
No one cares. Okay,
No.
so interestingly enough, this next one, we have two Civilization fans here. So, Civilization Beyond Earth. I'm going to point this one to you, Taylor. It's only PC.
It's always been only PC as
Yeah.
far as I remember. Oh, they did do a few. They did a handheld port. I know that they do
Have they
ports
really-
of games, but
They release games on console like a year or so after like what
Yeah.
Sims do.
Now,
yeah. But
okay.
with
Go on.
Advanced, I don't know what this beyond Earth. So I'm guessing space and stuff like that. Like they're going to
Yeah,
advance
yeah,
that because I know in the previous ones, like I have not played Assassin's Creed. Bloody hell. Civilization. What's the newest one? Is it 5 or 4?
5.
5, but I had the limited edition version of 4, so I had all the guides and the books and everything. So I knew it was a massive map that I had, and it showed you if you want to get a space program and to be like the strongest person that you could ever be, you need to follow this route and get these certain items and have these certain locations and amounts of everything. So I really like that. And then when you can build space programs and you can build your nuclear missiles and all this, but you can't do anything else from there. Once you get to the sort of you build a space station, you build a ship,
once
but
you send a
can't travel
space-
to a new place.
Yeah, once you send a ship up to once you pretty much put a man on the moon, that's you win the game. But did you see the trailer for this?
No, I've not.
I
seen
did.
I'm quite
It's
behind
pretty much they're expanding on that said thing. So you can go to space and there'll be more
aliens.
there'll be more factions, I'll say, and more stuff like that. So pretty much it's just a lot more and it's more futuristic and that's pretty much it.
I'm going to give that a thumbs up. I will most likely buy that game.
Corpse Party, anyone got anything to say to that? PC?
Nope.
Not heard of it.
Okay. Costume Quest 2.
Oh, no, but I can't wait for you to pronounce this next one.
It doesn't matter because it's on the PS Vita, so we don't care. So
You've got to say it anyway, just because it's a funny name.
Danganronpa.
Danganronpa. It's just fair.
Danganronpa.
Disgaea 4.
Danganronpa 2. Goodbye,
Where's-
despair. No one cares. Deep down. Deep down from
Um,
Capcom, PS4.
Wait, what? Where are you going? No, where are you going? Disney Infinity. I'm interested in that. Kind of.
What? That's way below. We've still got another
Yeah, you've
3 to
gone
go.
below us.
You've gone
You've
way
past
past.
us.
Nothing for Deep Down.
Right, Disney Infinity 2.0, go 3 above that to Deep
Oh,
Down.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Technical
shit, I
issues. Right, Deep Down, Defense Grid 2, any of those?
Nope.
No one. Destiny.
Defense Grid. I think one sec before you get to the big one. Defense Grid. I think there was a 360 game. I'm not too sure. I think I played that. It wasn't too bad if I'm thinking of the right game.
Alright.
I've
Destiny.
never heard of it.
We all know about
such
this.
excite. It's the
I've seen
first
this.
Bungie
Excite
game
many.
since Halo. It's brand new IP. It's the first game Bungie have done since Halo because they sold that around the end of Reach. So I am very excited. From what we've seen videos, I think we saw videos last year as well, didn't we? At E3.
Yeah.
It's available for pre-order.
Yeah, this is
that's
the
good.
first one so far that is available for pre-order, it says.
Also, it's PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360. No PC, which I kind of understand, but at the same
Well,
time,
that's
it looks like a
that's
game that'd be amazing for
That's
PC.
Microsoft's thing,
Mm.
really.
But I mean, the first Halo, to be fair, was on Mac first of all.
What?
But I guess Microsoft bought them out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it was because Bungie,
No games are on Mac.
Yeah, one of the best games of all time was on a Mac first.
I personally don't have anything to say really about Destiny. I'm not really.
I'm excited.
I'm not
but
excited
then
for it,
again,
but I'm
it
not
looks
like.
like one of those games that's
Yeah.
only going to be good with friends.
Yeah.
If no one gets it, then I'm most likely not.
As long as it's not, well, I was going to say as long as it's nothing like Halo 4, but they didn't make Halo 4, so hopefully it isn't anything like Halo 4.
Right. Okay. So Disney Infinity 2.0.
Whoa, you missed another name. Go up. one.
PS Vita. We're not including PS Vita.
I don't care. You've got to pronounce the name.
Disgaea.
This guy.
Actually, it wasn't too bad.
Disgaea
That
4.
was pretty good.
No, I assume you guys don't give a fuck about this. This game, the
Whoa,
first
Marvel
Disney Infinity.
Superheroes Edition.
Yeah, it came out last year, Disney Infinity, and it looked quite interesting. It was essentially like a sandbox world of
Oh,
Disney.
I remember it now.
Yeah,
it
and
looked boring.
it
like
looked kind of boring, but now with the Marvel superhero thing, I kind of like it. And my inner child is like, oh, now I want to collect all the figures because it's one of those games where you unlock characters by getting figures.
Yeah.
So I kind
You're
of
the kind of guy who played Skylanders, weren't you?
No, I actually
Hey,
didn't. But
Skylanders
I did,
isn't a
it
bad
has to
game.
be. It has to be something that I like before if I'm going to collect it.
Hmm.
Skylanders
like-
is a little bit fun.
Yeah, I understand that. So I'm generally debating it, but of course I expect the figures to cost like £30.
Oh yeah, the absolute.
And that's no.
so
For a bit of
much.
plastic with a little memory card, nope, nope.
Yeah, we also need to say this is coming out on pretty much everything except next gen.
Oh,
That's
no.
true.
Wii U,
Damn it,
Xbox
iOS.
360. Actually, no, it is coming out on next gen if you count the Wii U as next gen.
No.
That's
So-
funny.
Well, it's coming out on iOS, so that means that you won't need figures. You probably just buy the characters.
We-
So I might just get it on my iPad.
We've probably lost like, I don't know, 20 subscribers each just from our comments about Nintendo. Sorry, we're just really not big fans.
When Nintendo doesn't have any fans, it just has people that are under 6 that
Well,
don't
in
know
fairness,
what gaming is yet.
I had a 3DS. That's a good console. They should just go to handheld.
Yeah, if you've got a vagina.
Also, no longer have a 3DS, so I guess
Okay.
my point's invalid because I sold it.
just
You started hanging around with us, so you sold it.
just to please the peasant, Disney Planes and Disney Violetta from Little Orbit. These are on like Wii U, 3DS. We don't care.
No.
No one cares. Dragon Age Inquisition. Does anyone
No.
have anything to say about Dragon
I
Age?
played Dragon Age 2 once when, way back when.
So, okay.
I recently got Dragon Age Origins for like 5 of the Ultimate Edition.
Have
I think it's
you-
called Ultimate
have you
Edition.
played
But
it as well?
I played about 30 minutes of it, and it just if I had it on Xbox, I would probably play it a bit more. I'm not a massive fan of sort of like RPG games on PC. I just can't play them. I think it's just too much for me to take in.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on from that just to save a little bit of time. EA Sports UFC, any... I know, Carrie, you're not a
Got the
huge
demo. I
EA
downloaded
Sports...
the demo. I'm probably going to play that on my
Fan,
series
are you?
demo time. Go and watch it.
I'm not a fan of UFC. Like, I'm not against it or anything. I get bored by it.
Not a big
But
sports
I-
person either, are you? Except
The-
racing.
No, I kind of like basketball.
Yeah,
but
racing
the
and
main
basketball.
thing why I'm excited, and I might actually get the game when it's cheaper. I'll definitely rent the game just because of this. Is that Bruce Lee is in it, and I think Bruce Lee's an awesome guy. I used to love some of his
pretty
old
cool.
films. So I'm genuinely debating renting it just to play as Bruce Lee.
Okay, so Elite Dangerous.
Just wait. Elite Dangerous. Everybody read the joke on the third line next to PC. Oh my. that is
I was
hilarious.
just about to say, is this the first game on this list that's Mac?
It's
I
being
think it
made
is the
for
first
the
game
Mac.
on. I think that's the first time in Apple history that a game is coming out to Mac on its release date.
Jeez,
so
wow, okay.
hilarious.
So, End of Serenity, PSP, no one cares.
No, but there is another PSP game coming out, so we've got a few
Ooh,
months left of our
ooh.
PSP days, Taylor.
Right, okay,
Mine's
so
dead.
next, The Evil Within. This is Bethesda again, Xbox One, PS4, 360, PS3, PC. There's actually been a lot of trailers and stuff around this game,
I've
so
heard of it. I've not watched anything to
it's
do with
like
it.
it's a
I'm not
new
waiting for it.
horror from I
Yeah,
think the
I'm
people
feeling
who did
horror
did
stuff.
Silent Hill or something like that. I'm not sure.
Horror's your subject. We don't have a clue.
Yeah,
We don't
it
know.
looked alright. That's pretty much all I can say. It looked alright. I think I
So-
will get it eventually and play it. So yeah. The next one I do actually have quite a bit to talk about. It's called Evolve.
Never heard of it.
It's coming out on all of next gen and PC. It's like a co-op game where you have a team of, say, soldiers, I guess, and you're all fighting against this one big monster mutant thing. And it's pretty interesting because you all have to work together in different roles to sort of take down this big monster, and this monster is huge. And the gameplay is different from both sides. So the monster person plays in third person, and they get all these sort of abilities and stuff. Think of it as a predator and the soldiers that were in the forest. You pretty much have that scenario where you can be the predator or you can be the soldiers. And it's pretty much you are in like dynamic maps, so you can like be killed by the map if you like happen to walk into swamp water and get attacked by another beast. And so pretty much it's a big team working sort of co-op shooter. So it looks good. We'll probably see more at E3. Moving on.
It sounds interesting.
Moving on.
I'm not sold on the idea, obviously, because I've not seen it, but it does sound interesting with the concepts.
Yeah. So I know someone who's going to speak a lot about this next game in particular, because you lot will be seeing on their channels what they're scrolling through. You'll be seeing this list, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Not on mine, no.
No, you're not going to see the list on mine. You're just going to see.
Oh right, okay. So you won't know what's next. Fable Legends for the Xbox One. Taylor.
Now, I think, wait, just to build up suspension, I know Taylor is going to have a hefty few hours of content regarding this game. I want to very quickly get in my point. Played Fable 2, it was alright. Fable 3, well, better than that, it was mint. Same Fable 3. Fable 1 was alright, I guess. Fable Legends I'm not too excited for because it's not a number game, so I feel like it's going to be a bit of a disappointment. But there you go, Taylor, go!
Right, okay, I'm just going to disregard everything you said then. I did lightly speak about this in the first opening minutes. I played all of them, completed all of them, loved them all. This one though, not going to lie, I am excited for it. Don't get me wrong. I think when they released the first trailer for it, I was like, yeah, this looks really good. But once they actually divulged what was going on and what the gameplay was about, it's got a concept that I'm not fully sold on just because I like to have a single player. And that is the fact that it is an online game.
I mean,
just how the game plays is there's 5 players. One of them's AI, and 4 of them are. No, hang on, no, there was 5 players. Never mind, I got that wrong then. I had to do a quick read then. I misread. There's 5 players. You get 4 good players and a villain. Basically, the 4 good players have got to kill the villain. That is how it works.
Yeah, for me, Fable, it was just a franchise that I played from time to time. I liked Fable 2, and I didn't like Fable 3 as much, but I've learnt to like it as well. So that was it for me for Fable.
The thing with Fable is there's been 2 games since Fable 3, and they've not had a game like it since. You had Fable. I can't remember which one it was.
Fable Anniversary was that Kinect game, wasn't it?
No,
that's not right.
I wasn't counting that. I was counting
Fable
the one that was Kinect.
Fable Anniversary is Fable 1.
Yeah, it just remastered.
It wasn't Kinect. The Kinect game was different, and then there was another game which was like a really kiddie-looking game, wasn't there? And that was awful. I played
Fable: The Journey. That was it, wasn't it?
The Journey,
that was the Kinect one.
The Journey was the Kinect one. It followed. I followed it in a really good concept. It followed the backstory of the woman that appears in every single fucking Fable game. So it was like, oh yeah, this is going to be really good. Now, this is how you use the controls. Hands. Nope. Terrible. You've just killed my dreams.
Yeah. Not big fans of Kinect games either. We 3. So is that all you really want to say about Fable, or do you want to just take up the rest of the podcast to do this?
No, you can.
He's thinking.
You can go on to the next topic. Don't worry.
Fairy Fencer
F.
After
Fearful Fox. Fairy Fencer.
Yeah, I'm the Fairy Fencer F for PS3. I don't think anyone cares about this.
Yeah.
Little Orbit seems to be a company that we're seeing a lot on here, and they are now doing the Falling Skies the game. I believe this is an adaptation. No, I think it's a TV series my dad watches. So that doesn't bode well already.
It's coming to Games on Demand, though.
What the hell is the Gond?
Games on Demand.
Oh, right, okay.
I just said it's coming to Games on Demand. What's Gond? Games on Demand.
So if it's saying Games on Demand, does that mean Xbox One?
Yeah, that it basically just means you can download it from the market.
Oh no, it'll mean 360 because there's no PS4
No, they've already got
version.
360 there.
Yeah.
Basically, just mean it'll be a disc on 360 and then downloadable for.
So what it's basically saying is, if you have gold, don't buy the game because you'll get it for free eventually.
Yeah, probably.
This is really
Okay,
dumb that they tell you
yeah.
that in advance.
So next one, Fantasia Music Evolved.
Can't wait.
does anyone-
Excited. It's game of the year,
yes.
definitely.
It's
10 out
Made
of
by
10.
Disney.
An Xbox
Has
exclusive.
anything bad ever come from Disney? No.
Okay. Okay, so another big one. This was recently announced. Far Cry 4. Now, for me, if followers of my channel will know, this is a big game to me because Far Cry 3 made it to, I believe, number 2 on my top 25 games of all time list. That's because Far Cry 3 was just brilliant. It was everything I wanted from Far Cry 3 after the Far Cry 2 game just was a little disappointing. But no, I'm really looking forward to Far Cry 3. We don't know much, except you're in the Himalayas, I believe, and there's some creepy guy in a fly suit.
I saw the picture and I thought, lol.
Yeah, there was also that funny mock-up photo of
Yeah,
Willy
Willy
Oh,
Wonka.
with Willy Wonka, yeah.
I'm going to insert that in it. Inserted there.
Yeah, but
Um,
I can't really talk about much about Far Cry 4, unfortunately, even though I love it a lot already.
How come?
Because there's not much, we've not been given
right.
much.
Well,
The reason you can't talk about it is because he has nothing to talk about.
We've
I wasn't
pretty
really
much been
a fan
given.
of Far Cry purely because it's first person. But I played Far Cry 3. I enjoyed it for a bit, but I got bored just because I don't like the camera angles and such. I'm still definitely going to give Far Cry 4 a chance. I think I always give Far Cry a go because they
I've
have the
never played
potential.
any of them.
It's literally just the fact that it's first person open world just puts it off for me.
I've never
Okay.
played one, so I wouldn't know.
So let's move on to the next one, which again must have
Please,
just.
quick.
Well, it was obvious it was going to be here, but it was recently the teaser trailer that we talked about earlier. FIFA 15. Now, me and Taylor,
Woohoo!
we're FIFA players. We're sports fans.
2 of
And
the 3.
we
I
don't know much again, but we're guessing it's pretty much they're just going to do a lot more. They're going to improve things. It's just
Hopefully.
improvements. So
Hopefully.
I think that's all we can say about FIFA 15 to
There's
save
there's
time.
nothing on it. It's FIFA.
Yeah, it's
There you
FIFA. We're just going to see improved things for anyone who knows about
Okay.
FIFA. Okay, next game is Forza Horizon 2 for the
Well, that
Xbox
was,
One and the 360.
I was surprised by this just because we've got Forza 5 and it's it's 6 months down the line and they've already
But
said, oh, we've got
Forza
Forza
5
Horizon
was
2.
Definitely the worst Forza.
I
All the
I can't
Forzas
I
have
don't
been
I don't like it.
improvements.
I've played it for about 4 hours, I think, in game time, and then it's just like I don't like how it's not like a certain progression, if you get what I mean. It's like
I
you
don't
go to
mind
this
that.
place, race, and then you go back, and then you can choose the place again, and I don't like that. I prefer a progression where you go through the series.
don't mind that because in every Forza it's been like each Forza has just been bigger and better. That's all they can really do is add more tracks and add more cars. That's all I think they can do because they pretty much nailed
Yeah.
everything else.
What else could
And
they
in
put
this
in there,
one,
to be fair,
they
yeah.
had far less cars. A lot of the cars that were in the other Forzas were DLC, paid DLC, which is bullshit. I don't think that makes any sense. I think if it's going to be DLC, it should be new cars never seen in Forza before. Forza Horizon received amazing reviews. A lot of people prefer that Forza to the other Forzas because it's free roam. And it only makes sense that they've gone with that one because they can show off what next gen can do whilst making it an enjoyable game for last gen as well.
Was
So
there-
I am glad to see that.
Was there a Forza 5?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
which
Forza 5 was released on Xbox.
which
It
to you was
launched on
better
Xbox
then,
One.
Forza 5 or Horizon? Just a quick little question.
I've never played Horizon, so I'd have to go Forza 5.
Okay.
But my favourite Forza would be Forza 3 because
3
I had the most fun with it. Forza 4 was a kind of a letdown. It not because it didn't have much, just because it was around the time that the hype for Forza had died for my social group at the time.
I got Forza 3, like the limited edition version, for like
All the
a
cars.
tenner off play.
Yeah, same.
Well, I don't really have anything to add to Forza because I don't really play Forza. I only play the only racing games I play is Grid and Split Second. So, moving on to an interesting one, the only iOS game only. Gabriella's Monstrous Duel. I don't think we have anything to speak about that.
It's an iOS game, so no, it's
Yeah.
gonna be £3 or £6 or 69p. So fuck off.
Right. Game of Thrones, the Telltale version game.
Telltale. The Telltale.
Telltale.
Now there's a Telltale and a Telltale.
A Telltale Games. Their version of Game of Thrones.
I'm excited because Game of Thrones is mint, and I know Telltale did quite good with the Walking Dead series,
Yeah.
turning that into a game, so I'm excited for
Do
this.
we know anything about it? Is it going to be a sub-story or the main
I'm
story?
guessing it's going to be sort of what they've done for the other two,
Books.
which is
I think
The
they're gonna
Walking
follow the
Dead
books.
and the Wolf Among Us, where they've taken material from the series, the books and the series, but make it into their own way. So sort of like The Walking Dead had a new character called Lee,
Clementine.
never seen before, and Clementine, yeah. They were never seen before, but it was in the world of The Walking Dead, and you met characters from The Walking Dead, both TV show and comics,
Yeah.
and it sort of it was in the world, so it didn't. It was again sort of like leaning to the talk we had about video game adaptations with movies and stuff. They knew what they were doing with this game, so they lent from the material. So I can see them doing well on Game of Thrones. I can see them creating their own little story to go with, and I can see it being a really heartbreaking ride.
As long as you get Amelia Clark in it, I don't care.
They've also not told us which console it'll be on. Most likely, I'm expecting
PC,
everything.
Xbox, yeah.
But PC first, though, because
PC
usually
first,
with the
definitely.
other ones, Xbox and such, I think they get it a day late. iOS gets it a few months later, but it will most likely come
And PSP never gets it.
to
Okay, so interestingly enough, the next one is Gears of War 4.
I spoke about this.
There's nothing we have like on it
Yeah.
at all because this isn't confirmed really.
All we can tell is from the name, it's going to be a start. Well, I don't know if it's going to be the start of a new trilogy, but it's going to be a continuation from the third.
I guess they're just calling it Gears of War 4 just to
Yeah,
give it a
Street
name.
Fighter
Give it a
right?
name at the
Yeah.
moment, yeah.
But I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Well, it's being. I was just reading the little blurb on it, and it's being made by a game that has never made a game before. So I'm
worried.
Yeah, I am worried about that. Black Tusk Studios, they've never made a game, and Black Tusk was slated to be working on a new game according to Microsoft E3 2013 press conference. The future of the project, if it ever was one to begin with, is unknown for now. So the fact that they may have been working on a game and then it went downhill is not a good sign, considering they've never produced one before.
Well, you've got to think most game companies we know today started off with games they've never made before.
Well, yeah.
Turned out to be great. So
Well, also put out in recent memory, the other one I can think of is 343 Industries. Everyone was excited for them to take over, pass the baton and whatnot. And Halo, what they did with the DLC maps for Reach was good. Halo Anniversary was good, and then Halo 4 came out, and then they killed the series.
and what's this Squadron Assault as well? What's that?
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Halo Squadron Assault, the one that's free right now.
Oh, Spartan Assault.
Spartan Assault, is it?
Assault, you
Oh,
idiot.
Yeah,
okay.
Spartan Assault. That is, I don't know if that's by 343 because it's a top-down game, but that was pretty much
I've not played it yet. I downloaded it, I've not played it yet.
100% hired by Microsoft to make a game for the Surface. They did that, and then they thought, let's just release it to everything that's Microsoft, and that's what they've done.
Well,
It's free on Xbox One, so go get it now, guys.
Yeah.
Game of the month. Games with Gold.
Next.
Something that I just want to touch upon quickly is the fact that the fact that Microsoft bought the rights to Gears of War, and then they gave the rights to Black Tusk Studios. It does sort of say that they're going to have a big hand in this.
Yeah.
I think that as long as Microsoft keep them to track, because we all know Microsoft Game Studios is, it is well known for making good games and producing good games. So, as long as they're keeping their hand in it and make sure production's going steady, then we should be all right. We should see a nice polished game within the coming years.
Coolio. Next one is Grey Goo for the PC. Yeah.
Yeah, next one. I'm excited.
We are looking at Olaha for Gudins. Actually, no, sorry, it's Halo 5 Guardians.
So I'm incredibly excited for this. This is one of my favorite series. It's actually the main reason I chose Xbox over PlayStation 3 when I wanted to go to that next gen way back. Love Halo. Great series, great story, great game.
You love it. Why don't you just marry it?
As
I
long
think-
as it's nothing like Halo 4
I
and more
feel
like Halo 3.
will learn from the mistake. I feel,
As long as if it's Halo 3 campaign mixed with Reach Online, I will be happy. I will be more than happy with that.
Well, we don't know much about it again, and we spoke about it briefly at the beginning. So can we skip down to the one beneath it, which I'm so excited for it?
Yeah,
It's
I saw
Halo,
this.
the Master Chief
Halo: The
Collection.
Master Chief Collection. Is this like?
I
Is this a
assume it's-
reimagining? Is this?
Yeah,
Or
it's only Xbox One. I opened it in a new tab. I'll read out here. This is I'm over the moon. It's a Xbox One collection of Halo games with upgraded graphics
Oh,
like
yeah,
those seen in
yeah.
Halo Combat
Oh,
Evolved
right.
Anniversary. The list of games in it is Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Reach, Halo ODST. Oh no, Halo ODST and oh wait, hang on.
no, Halo Wars.
Halo Reach and Halo 3 ODST have not been announced as part of the collection, but Halo
Yeah.
Wars was amazing. I loved Halo Wars.
Now, personally, I get why it's called the Master Chief collection, but I would like Halo Reach to be in that as well.
So do I.
Like the graphics are still good, but I'd love to see it on next gen. I'm still incredibly happy because I actually thought they were going to do Halo 2 anniversary on Xbox One. I'm happy we're getting Halo 3 on Xbox One. Halo 3, by far one of the best Xbox 360 games.
I've never played Halo 2, so I would really like to play. If you can play the campaign suite like it flows, so as soon as you complete Halo Evolved, you move straight onto Halo 2. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, this is another thing I'm worried about. I hope you can. Well, I'm probably gonna play through it again, even though I've played through it once in like 2001 when the Halo came out, then again when Anniversary came out, then again when the Master Chief Collection comes out soon. So I'm gonna end up playing Halo 1 3 times.
Yeah.
Right. So the next game is Harvest Moon: The Lost Valley on the 3DS. Guess we're gonna move away from that. And another one, Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd. PS3, PS
Great
Vita.
games.
If any of you like these, check these out. But we're not going to
Right.
discuss them because we don't
We now
care.
have our first contender from the Android market. How
Oh,
good-
and look, it's Nail Games. Big up for them. This is like the 4th game on the list.
They must be really good at making,
They're making a shit ton of games.
Heroes of Gaia. It just seems generic. So we all got to just move on.
they might be really good at making friggin'
They must be
what are they
app
called? Portable games.
makers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
the same
they
with
made loads for a lot of different games. So I mean, jack of all trades, master of none. That's what I'm thinking.
It's like when you go down a couple more, you see Hometown Story Pocket made by Natsumi. We've seen Natsumi on here a few times who are making loads of portable games.
Yeah,
Like
it must.
Harvest Moon: The Lost Valley, they're making that.
There must be like a whole section of E3 that's going to be solely devoted to
We definitely won't see
all
that,
those app people. We won't see it. No, it's like we're not going to see Nintendo because again, no one cares about
though.
Nintendo.
Nobody sees Nintendo's on the Sunday, I think. It's always on the last day and nobody's there. Everyone goes home.
Yeah, there's just one guy on a stall. There's cobwebs just everywhere,
Yay. He's going to the new Mario game.
and there's just one fat dude in a chair just clapping. Anyway, the next game, again, very recently, the trailer only came out. What was it, like yesterday or even today? I believe
Yesterday.
Homefront 2: The Revolution. Now this,
seems so far away.
take it away, boys.
So I don't. You guys haven't played Homefront 1, have you
no,
guys?
actually, no, yeah, for me, this is Taylor, Taylor, calm it. I'll shock you.
I got carried away.
Anyway,
What are you doing, mister?
Homefront is a really big surprise for me because I got the first Homefront on day one it was released.
Really?
Yeah, because
I
me and my
never
friend,
did.
I remember me and my friend going to Buxton to get it because we wanted to both play it, and we both got it and played it immediately, and it's not that bad. This was
Yeah.
made by THQ before they
Yeah.
went down to Browntown.
And now it's Deep Silver.
Yeah, Deep Silver, creators of I believe it's Dead Island.
The story
Oh,
was
God.
cool as well because it correctly predicted some of the things related to Korea, which was a bit freaky.
Oh yeah,
But
like
it's-
Kim
I
Jong
like the
Il.
first one. I'm
Jesus.
excited to play it, but I never completed the first one. I got bored. I feel like that's gonna happen again, but I've
I
got
don't know.
the
It
first
seems
one
seems
I've played,
interesting.
it's
It's all next gen, so I'd like to see what they do with it.
Obviously.
So again, there's not much to talk about that one. So moving on
Right,
to hometown story pocket. I guess no
Let's
one
just skip
cares.
that.
Hotline Miami 2, wrong number. Did any of you play the original Hotline Miami?
I still want to do it. I'm just waiting until the
I
summer holiday.
did,
I'm
and
probably gonna pick up then.
it's an incredibly good game. It's very fast paced, very hard. You like die instantly, and I'm looking forward to this. I saw a small trailer where it showed the guy going down the corridor and pointing the guns in the separate corridors, so he had his arms out wide shooting guns, and that looked pretty cool. But again, we've not got much not much information on this, so I guess we're gonna move on. If that's all right with you.
Yeah. Let's skip this one because it's How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your
2.
Dragon 2.
I'm not gonna lie. If How to Train Your, I had no idea what Carson said. Then he sort of broke up for me.
Yeah.
But for How to Train Your Dragon 2, I like the film, the first one. So if this was, it's
I've
not
actually
being
never
released on,
seen them.
it's not being released on next gen. So
I think the film, the game adaptation of the first film wasn't too bad, so I guess it's not that much. But I don't really
whenever like Disney films get adapted into games, they're actually really good. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the first one, that game was so fun. I enjoyed that so much.
Right,
So,
okay. So next one, which is really interesting. I had to quickly click on it to see if I was right. I mean, we're not gonna, as said, we're not really gonna cover Wii U titles, but this seems a little interesting because it has quite a spark that I know well. Hyrule Warriors, which is a spin-off of the Legend of Zelda games, and I mean, we all know that Legend of Zelda is a huge franchise. You know, blah 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 blah. But this is a game that's it's made by, I think it's EOO or something. I don't know how to. Oh no, it's Koei. Koei and Nintendo. It's a mix
Koei?
between
Koei.
Koei.
He's not a very
Koei
nice
and
person.
Nintendo, and it's a sort of Dynasty Warriors type game, just involving Legend of Zelda characters and stuff like that, which
Oh,
it seems pretty interesting. Because I'm a
it's for
big
Wii U, so it's gonna be awful.
Yeah,
Get 2 sales.
I'm a big fan of Dynasty Warriors, but since this is on the Wii U, it won't speak out to me.
It's gonna be a letdown.
So next one is Killer Instinct Season 2. Now I don't understand what that means. What
New
was
characters,
just
more
new characters? Is that it?
microtransactions, they
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be.
money.
It being season 2 means that it's just gonna be another. I assume another free to download. You get one character. You gotta buy everyone else. That's
Okay.
what I assume.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and then they give away when you get like limited edition stuff from Microsoft. You get you get a character like in the 12 months Xbox Live, the Day One edition version. I got a limited edition character, Shadow Jago or something like that. I don't know.
well,
You
all
think
I
they'll
can
do that with again?
yeah, they'll definitely do that again. But
Yeah.
all I can say from Killer Instinct is that I played the free version on the Xbox One, where you only get the one character, and that was all right. It was fun.
Mm.
The next one, I'm guessing none of you have even heard of it. I'm hoping you haven't, because this was a really I wouldn't say what's the word?
Terrible. Hooey.
No, it wasn't really marketed a lot. It had to, let's just say this, it had to have a Kickstarter. But Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now, I actually saw the Kickstarter on this, and since none of you really know about this, I'll take the reins on this one. Get it? Because horses in those days.
Oh my god, shut up.
It's for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and this started with a Kickstarter, and it's a, I wouldn't say fantasy game, it's set in medieval times, and it's more realistic than, say, games like Skyrim or Dragon Age or Game of Thrones. It's more down to earth, it's more grounded, so it's all very realistic, and they've really researched that age, so the fighting in that age, how knights used to fight, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about this game, but I'm not going to discuss it here since I'm the only one. So I'll probably just leave a link in the description to the Kickstarter page where you can see all the information, because there's tons. There's literally like tons. They pretty much put the entire game feature list on there and
How
talked
much is
about
it?
it. What?
I think there's tons.
How much is it? I think it's the tons.
Tons!
Tons.
Tons! 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 Now,
I
before
wanna
I give
briefly
myself
say
an
before we go on to the
aneurysm,
next- before we go into the next game. If you're watching and you've been watching for an hour and a half, I'm giving you a round of applause right now.
You get a gold sticker.
Just thank you. You get a free
You get
unsub to Fearful Fox.
you get this
Cool.
wonderful speech from Taylor.
Yeah.
Thanks, Taylor. Right,
Yeah.
moving on. Kingdom Hearts 3. PS4,
Moving on.
Xbox One. Moving on when I'm no idea about Kingdom Hearts. Legend
Final
of Zelda
Fantasy
for the Wii U. We all know what that is. Moving on.
Well, wait. I want to briefly say: is it a remake or is it a new game? Is it just a remake of the really old
Let's
Legend of
just
Zelda?
click on that. I'm guessing remake. Legend of Zelda HD. It says.
Oh, yeah, HD. It's a remake.
Yeah, it's remakes. Okay, moving on. Lords of the Fallen. I have no
Yeah.
idea what this is.
Nah.
No one. Moving on.
Nah.
Madden
Mad
for anyone.
Max.
NFL.
No.
Mad Max, actually, yes. I would like to see this. This looked cool from the trailer. None of you know Mad Max is
Oh
originally.
wait, no, you do. It's the one where is it the one where he drives up to that guy, gonna shoot him, then gets in his car, goes
Yeah,
around,
and then
turns around
smashes
runs
him.
over?
Yeah, it's.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen the Mad Max films
I feel like I have. Maybe.
with Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very long time.
I watched them and I liked them, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with a game like this. And it's coming out for PS4, PS3, Xbox One, 360, and PC. So all the big
This
ones.
isn't a new Mad Max. I remember there's older Mad Maxes because I've watched videos on them, and the old Mad Maxes I think are kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
so
the old Mad
I
Maxes.
wouldn't mind
but
having a look at this.
this is like a big one on next gen.
Mm.
So we don't know much information except that trailer. So if you've all seen that trailer, you know what we're talking about.
This game, the
Mass
next game is
Effect
shocking. I'll let you guys introduce it.
Mass Effect
Yeah, Mass
4.
Effect 4
Shocking.
repeat. I didn't expect Mass Effect 4.
Oh, I thought you meant as in like terrible. I
Oh
was
no,
gonna,
no,
I was going to
it-
slap the absolute shit out of you. I
Because-
can handle you saying the ending of the third one was terrible. That's a given. But saying the series is terrible is just
I've
like,
never been a big fan of Mass Effect. I know it's hugely popular.
Oh,
When
it
did
was
the last one
amazing.
come out? When did 3 come out?
I have no idea, but it was so much fun.
Because I know
remember staying
a
up and
piece of DLC came out not too long ago.
Te-
So I feel it weird that another Mass Effect will be announced. Probably won't come out till 2015, judging by the TBA.
but
So we don't know
I
what consoles it's on yet.
Mass Effect to me has got one of the most in-depth, detailed story arcs ever. I mean,
Mm.
if they could make a film out of that, just because there's so much that isn't touched upon, like in voice, there's loads of codexes and stuff that you can find in the game,
Yeah.
which reveal more and more about the universe, like with the Krogans and the Solarians, is it?
I don't know. I only played Mass Effect 2.
But anyway, the game is mint. Mass Effect
Okay.
2, amazing. Mass Effect 3, even better, apart from the ending. Mass Effect 1, no.
Okay.
That's a no-go for me.
Well, we're gonna have to be. We've hit the an hour and a half mark, and we still got quite a few games to go. So, I'm gonna try and limit all of you to not a long talk about them.
Yes,
I
sir.
think
Yeah.
we'll try and make 2 hour mark, not much
Yeah.
longer than that. I think we should
Metal
say.
Gear Solid: The Phantom Pain. Anyone got to say anything about that?
I played the demo of I say the demo, the last game, which pretty much was a demo. Not excited for Metal Gear Solid. Never been a
Right,
big
okay.
fan, but there's fans.
Taylor, anything?
No.
Okay, Metro Redux. I know about this. It's pretty much Metro 2033 and Last Light just done up for the PS4 and Xbox One.
That's kind of cool. I might actually play that because I know that the Metro series are good. I did want to get into them, but by the time I found the
They're
first
really
one,
good.
it was dead old. I
They're
thought I'd
really
just
good.
wait to
It made it
hit
onto my top 25, so
Yeah.
worth
I
checking
will
out.
definitely be picking it up.
Big one. I'm gonna try not to talk about a lot about this. Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor. I've been geeking over this game since it was
Oh.
announced.
Lord of the Rings games are mint. I played
Assassin's
Lord of the
Sword.
Rings.
Yeah.
What's the one called where it was the strategy game? I love strategy games. Battle for
Was-
Middle Earth 2. I
Ah.
played that game.
I actually
when it was
I really liked Conquest, which was the Battlefront clone.
Yeah, I loved Conquest. Well, I never bought the game. I just played the demo all the time, just because I couldn't afford the game when it was released, so I never played it, and I forgot
it was
about
alright.
it.
It looks a lot like Assassin's Creed, so I'm interested.
Yeah.
I am not really a fan of fantasy, but I think I'll pick this game. up
Loads
because I
of
like
people
the
said
idea.
that, but I don't mind that because it's
No, I
taking
don't.
it's
I mean,
taking a
it
good
actually
thing,
advertised it to me.
taking a good thing and implementing it into a new world. But we could talk for days on this. Well, I could, but I'm
That
not
comes
gonna.
out
I'm just
on,
gonna say I'm.
all of Xbox, all of
Yep,
PlayStation.
and it's another one for pre-order. and it looks really good. Mirror's Edge 2. We've not seen
I'm
Mirror's
excited.
Edge for a while.
I enjoyed the first one. Didn't complete it because my friend broke my disc. It's
Aw.
next gen only.
Name and shame.
Apparently it's free roam, isn't it? Which is good.
What, Mirror's Edge 2 or Mirror's
I
Edge?
think so. No, Mirror's Edge 2. Mirror's Edge 1 isn't. Mirror's Edge
Oh,
1
that
is...
would be interesting if it is free roam.
I feel
but,
like it is. I might be mistaken. And I
it
feel
might
like
be.
co-op might be a thing as well.
I think it might be,
Yeah.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Co-op might be a thing. But I think that's pretty much EA are very quiet on Mirror's Edge 2 at the moment, so
Big
we don't
release,
have
that is
much
for
to say
EA.
on it. Taylor, anything to say for Mirror's Edge?
Never played it. I remember I've got an OXM magazine where there's an advertisement for the first one in it, so
Okay.
No, that's an old magazine.
that's all I have.
Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, I know someone who's a big fan of Monster Hunter. I have nothing to say for it.
The games that they released for PSP were good. I liked them. That
Carrie.
was it.
Never played.
Okay.
Uh,
Mortal Kombat X or 10, whichever you want to say.
Nope.
But X sounds cooler to say.
Not a fan of fighting games. I really like the trailer, but the music sucked.
I really liked 9, and the Wiz Khalifa music was stupid, but the trailer for X was cool.
I really
That's-
like the way that it he stabbed him in the eye right as it showed the Mortal Kombat logo, and then you see the blades come through the logo, and it says "Get over here," and then
Yeah.
his head. Oh, I thought that was
I
well
just
cool.
find it funny how much they torture Sub-Zero. Okay, next one, Natural Doctrine for PS3, PS4.
Everything
yeah.
PlayStation.
Whatever. NHL 15, another sports game. No one. I like hockey, the sport, but never really played the games.
Apparently the games are quite good. Apparently it's according to a lot of Yanks, it's the best EA sports game.
Oh,
out of
yeah,
the
I
different,
heard that, yeah.
Yeah, but
types
to be
of
fair,
sport.
they call football soccer, so they can't really be trusted with most things.
Yeah, and Canadians make football games. Did you know
It's
that?
funny, isn't it?
Ninja Strike, Natumi make a return
iOS,
with this
skip
game.
it,
iOS
skip
vs.
it.
Noma. No Man's Sky from Hello Games. Hello. TBA, we
Hello.
have no idea, so I'm guessing we're moving on. Not a Hero from Devolver Digital, a PC game. Again, I'm guessing none of us know any.
No.
The Order 1886. I did
Is
see.
this that Star Wars game?
No, this is different. This is like a steampunk-esque first.
Oh, I saw
First
the trailer came
third-person
out recently
shooter.
for that, didn't it? And it was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool, and it's PlayStation exclusive for the PS4.
Yeah. So
But
we can't talk about
there's
it.
nothing really to talk about it for that. But I would have been excited if it was on Xbox. Persona 5, no Persona fans here. 2 Pokemon games, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
I'm getting a
Remakes, aren't
3DS
they?
just for these games.
Are these?
Really?
What are these?
Yeah.
Are these like remakes?
These remix, yeah. They're
Yeah.
Remakes.
Omega and Alpha is the addition to the name. It
Okay.
used to just be Ruby and Sapphire.
They're basically remakes with things added in.
Okay, so we all know what that is then. Project
I'm debating getting my 3DS again for it. I'm just putting that
Okay.
out
Project Spark.
there. Didn't this already come out?
What is it?
It's the
I
game
don't
where you
know.
make a world and it's like a proper kiddie creative.
Oh
I think it's
god.
still up for pre-order. I'm not too sure if it's out yet.
You,
I feel like
you-
there might be a beta or something.
you
Because you can use your
search-
PC on it, and it's like it's one system, so you can make something on PC, and I think it transfers over to Xbox. I feel like it's already out there. It must be beta.
Jesus.
I'm just having a look.
Yeah,
for
you
now.
you search that while we move on to another entry from Snail Games. Puzzle Hero Saga. Yeah.
Nope.
Something so slow. They're working on a lot of games. Just something I want to point out quickly. Fighter Within, the Xbox One game that launched with the Xbox One, is £9 now. That shows that it was terrible at sales.
Okay, Quantum Break. Now
Is
I've
this
seen
the
I've seen a,
time game.
I've seen a lot of hype for this, but I've
I
not
This is
seen any
stupid.
information about it.
Have you not seen? There's a trailer.
No,
The trailer?
I've seen it advertised a lot, but I've not seen the trailer now.
The trailer excited me a lot. It's got something to do with time. Like there was these two detectives, and they were looking at like an explosion or something, and they were talking about this. Like this explosion was really slow motion, but they were talking normally. And there's a woman in it, and he grabs the woman out of the explosion, and then she
I
pulls
remember
out.
this.
She comes back into real time. I don't know what that means. Anything about the game besides the time thing. I'm excited. Apparently, they've got like an actual physicist involved to make it real, like the way the world works,
Yeah.
like time and such. That I'm excited for.
Okay.
That, and it's an Xbox One exclusive. So.
Project Spark isn't out yet. It's up for pre-order on game, and it's only £30.
Oh, right, okay. Right, I don't know about you lot, but for me, this looks like it's going to be the biggest game for E3.
No, it's the one below it is going to be.
No. I don't even think that's going to think it, because that's on iOS. Screw iOS. Real Fishing Masters Challenge on PS Vita from Natsumi. Oh my God.
Games.
And then, of course, Real Fishing Pocket 2 Edition by the same company on iOS.
Ocean.
And also, we've seen a few entries from Xseed. Now, Xseed seems like a account name for someone who uploads films and such to torrent sites.
the blue variety.
Bit of the triple X variety.
So,
So this guy, this Xseed people or whatever, they're doing Senran Kagura Bon Appetit and Senran Kagura Shinobi versus we have no idea what they are, and Story of Seasons.
Why does that first one sound as if it's like a Japanese beginning and it goes to French? Senran Kagura Bon Appetit.
Tachi Panda from our favourite Snail Games. iOS, Android. Or
just a really tiny booth
one
with, like,
phone. One phone with all their apps on it. With some just lonely guy handing it out like Snail Games.
It's not even
He's
the
letting
iPhone,
you
they can only have the
phone.
app. They
Snail
can only have
Games,
Android.
Tachi Panda, Puzzle Hero Saga, please.
Anybody?
Okay.
Anybody? Yes. No.
Next one, Transistor. I've seen a lot of people
I've
goofing
seen
over
a lot
this
of
game.
transistors in my lifetime. Those things that are on there, circuit boards, everything, aren't they? Transistors.
This is why I'm gonna kill myself after this.
Glad.
It's coming out on PS4, PC. I have no idea what it is, but I've heard a lot of like YouTubers geeking over it. That's it.
Can I attempt to say the next one?
Go on.
For the Wii U, Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem.
Great.
I just want to relate that back to something, right? There's a Japanese sushi restaurant that's based around the UK called Yo Sushi. You've probably heard of it, but whenever you go there, they have these buttons on the table, and it's whenever you want like a server to come over to you, so you press it and it goes, and it says the number, and it's like the most northern person. 6.
Well, speaking of
Six.
6s and 4s, The Sims 4.
I'm excited for it. I got the Sims 3 and Humble Bundle.
Sims 3.
My brother's been a big fan of Sims, so I've always had access to Sims. I do like it. I can never get addicted to it. Like, I know a lot of people never play it and then play it for like a month straight.
That's what
I've never got addicted to it.
My girlfriend plays it a hell of a lot. She got like a load of expansions for it, and then
Just to clarify, his girlfriend's
she was like,
not
"Can
real.
you install it?" Yeah, she was like, "Can you install it in your computer so I can have even more expansions and I can run it at like high quality and stuff?" So I was like, "Right, okay." So I installed everything, and then I played it for like 5 minutes, and 5 minutes turned into 5 hours, and 5 hours turned into 5 weeks.
I think as well, because currently, I know it's off topic to E3, I'm debating whether or not to get a Mac or a PC. This actually sides me to get a PC a bit more because of The Sims 4 being exclusive to PC.
Well, in about 10 years, it
Well,
might be on Mac.
what have we seen that's on Mac here? What was it? It was
One
like
game.
one game on Mac. So
Well, the problem I've decided is whether or not I actually want to play games on my Mac or on a computer. I'm not too sure
you want to play
what
games
side I
on
want
your
to do.
computer.
I'm still on the
Anyway,
fence.
for me, Sims 4, well, Sims in general, I'm not really a big fan. I do think the only thing I'm a fan of that's related to The Sims is Inside Gaming's series
Yeah, that's
of The
pretty good.
Sims, which is pretty good. So check that out. That's pretty good.
Shout out! We're gonna give Inside Gaming $1 billion.
Yeah, they need some more subscribers.
yeah, they need our support.
Yeah. So the next game, Skylanders Trap Team from Activision, is that to do with the
That's the
Spyro?
little figure guys you've got to
I don't think it has anything
Don't
to do with
want-
Skylanders, Carson.
No one cares, right? Sonic
Boom.
Boom!
Still Sonic. Still.
Here comes the boom! Here comes the boom!
I guess this is like a Sonic dance game.
Ooh.
Let's move on.
It's by Sega, so yeah.
Right, okay, moving on to 3 different Star Wars games. Now, I've not heard this first one, Star Wars Attack Squadrons.
The PC only. My guess
PC only.
from the title is going to be. I can't remember the name of it. You know, like Command and Conquer Halo Wars. That kind of
I love
Oh,
those,
yeah.
I love those sort of games,
crap.
strategy games.
Yeah, yeah.
RTSs, real-time strategy.
That
Real-time
interests me 'cause I
strats.
like the Star Wars universe enough to play a strategy game.
I think it's gonna be.
Oh, it's a free to play space combat game.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought it was gonna be like a space combat one with F wings
That's
and
just
X
because you
wings
just
and
read
Y
it.
wings. No, because Attack Squadrons. Because there was a previous game on N64 which was I can't remember what it was, but it was something to do with squadrons and X wings and Y wings and all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
And the
Okay.
next one.
The next
probably
one, the biggest
three
one
Star
out of the 3 Star Wars games here. Star Wars
Next gen
Battlefront.
only- Oh, the last one is only to PC.
Yeah, Star Wars
Yeah.
Battlefront. This is, we're guessing, 3 or just a complete
I think it's
reboot.
I personally, I don't want it to be, but I like it to be a reboot,
Yeah.
just because of the amount of time gap we've had.
And I'm actually excited that it's being made by DICE.
Yeah, but it's one of the few times
Lens
where I'm
flares.
happy the
Lens
lens
flares
flares
everywhere.
fits with Star Wars, I think.
I actually don't care about the lens flare because I'm guessing in a Star
I
Wars
don't-
universe
it's
that would
not-
make
I don't
sense.
care about lens flares. I think lens flares look cool. It's just that there's a lens flare everywhere. That's what I was just making a point of.
Also,
Pretty
you
much
and I
DICE.
both
DICE are the
defend-
Michael Bay of video games.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last one.
Last one.
Harry.
Yeah. Star
Harry,
Wars.
stop trying to take
Yeah,
over the
Matt, I'm the
presenter
host.
Oh,
I'm kicking you out. I'm kicking you out. Get out. Leave. So the next Star Wars game, it just says a Visceral project, and I'm guessing Visceral is the team that made Dead Space. Anyone? No one?
Yeah,
No.
that's a game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a game about space.
I have the third one on my PC that won't run it with the Humble Bundle, so
Yeah,
I
so
like
anyway-
I like Dead Space. Dead Space
Yeah,
is cool.
Dead Space
First
is
and
good.
second one was min. I never played the third one.
Oh, the
Third one
shit,
was
apparently.
actually, to me, the third one was pretty good. I liked it. It was too actiony though. That was my only
Yeah.
gripe. Next game, which I've heard lots of people talk about on the internet, Sunset Overdrive for the Xbox One.
Hmm.
Super Smash Bros for the 3DS.
Wait. Sunset Overdrive, just real quick. The trailer, what's it called, theatrical trailer, that excited me. I've not seen the gameplay. I don't want to see the gameplay because I don't want it to be spoiled because I'm excited for the theatrical.
Okay, so 2 Super Smash Bros. Games, one for 3DS, Wii U. We have a lot of friends in our college that talk about this, but we don't care.
This is another game which is making me want to get my 3DS back. I also like a feature, I'm never going to use it, but the fact that you can play against your Wii U friends on your 3DS. I like that a lot.
Ooh.
I like anything cross-platform. I like that feature, even though will never, ever step foot in a house of someone who owns a Wii U.
Right,
just stand outside.
next
Yeah.
one, our second entry from Tale.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember
Telltale.
it's been announced.
Tales
already.
from the Borderlands.
So it's a
Yeah.
Borderlands
So,
Telltale game.
yeah, it's-
That is interesting.
Yeah, it expands on the backstories of characters so far,
It's
which
the
is quite
first
cool.
Telltale game that's based off a game.
Yeah,
which
interesting.
I find that really interesting. That it's a spin-off. They're known for spinning off films, and I don't know what Wolf
TV.
Among Us is.
Yeah, well,
Oh, The Wolf Among Us is comics.
Oh, right. So it's mainly comics and books and TV, and now they're doing a game.
what they're doing with this is they're expanding on the backstories. Like the backstories of the characters. I don't know about Borderlands 1. I don't remember. But Borderlands 2, the characters, they actually had a really good backstory to them. Like, I remember there's a guy who he has turrets, and he speaks to his turrets as if they're like his girlfriend and his wife and stuff, because he killed his wife.
Oh,
And it said he went into some sort of psychotic state where he thinks these turrets are his wife. And there's a guy
Wow.
who's the berserker, and he's like 2 foot tall, but he's absolutely huge. And the backstory to him was he had an incredibly small penis, so he
Oh.
started taking steroids
Wow.
to make himself bigger, and he just made him really angry. That was the backstory to him. The other I can't remember what the other 2 were, but that one's like the funniest.
Okay, so
But that look, I think that looks gonna look quite good.
as a fan of Telltale, I think Tales from the Borderlands will be good. And a
I
fan
don't
of
think
Borderlands.
Telltale can make a bad game, to be
Yeah.
honest. What we've seen so
Yeah.
far.
Next one, Tetris Ultimate.
Yes, Game of the Year 2012. DLC
Actually, no,
can't
I think the next one is
wait.
Tiger Woods PGA Tour
Well,
15.
just very quickly, we don't know what that's coming out on, but Tetris is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Tetris,
It'll be an arcade game.
a next-gen only game. Whereas, like, other games are coming out only on, like, Comet is only coming on last gen, but Tetris is next gen.
It'll be
That's
like
the world we
cool
live in.
3D, whatever.
Yeah, they can run on a fucking
whatever.
N64.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty terrible if it was like a fucking pixelated piece of
You
shit.
Like,
play,
you're on the Game
you
Boy.
play
Yeah.
as the single block of Tetris.
You live the life of a Tetris block.
Yeah. It's a survival horror.
It's never ending. That's why it's ultimate.
Now, the game I'm excited for most. I don't think
We're
you
not.
are
Are we just gonna skip over Tiger Woods? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, go on.
Who
No,
takes
Bye.
Tiger Woods games seriously at all?
no, Tiger Woods.
Tiger
isn't here
Woods.
for Tiger Woods games.
Tom Clancy's The Division.
No, just to double check because I'm shit with Tom Clancy games. This is the one where he closed the door and you thought that was awesome.
Yeah, this is the one where he.
Yeah,
But
I
the
am
thing
very
is, the
much
funny thing
excited
is, that thing of closing the door was actually seen first in Patriots when they brought out that trailer.
Well, I'm very much excited for the Division. It was delayed to 2015, which is just brilliant.
Yeah,
I
most
know
games are
that
being delayed.
Taylor and TC Gaming aren't too fussed because of the fact that you only get one life. Well, not one life, but when you die, it's like Minecraft, how all your shit's on the ground.
Daisy.
Or in your
It's like
inventory,
Daisy.
you've got to get it. Yeah, which I don't mind.
Plus,
at
it's
all
online
if it
only. I
fits
don't like
the
online
game.
only games.
I like it. I think it can work. I am definitely picking that.
Yeah,
one
I
up.
can see it working, and it's also for pre-order. Now, this is an interesting one.
So
A
the
game
release of Mortal Kombat,
has this
it
game
only makes perfect sense for a new Ultimate
Ultra
Street
Street Fighter 4. So I don't know what Capcom are thinking. Has someone just lost it and is just putting extra words onto Street Fighter 4 and just really re-releasing it? Is
Well,
that what's going on now?
I know that it's a super popular game, but I can't imagine anyone getting this besides massive, and I mean massive fans. Getting beyond maybe Japan might like it, but I can't imagine the West liking it because it's just a rehash again.
Wow. Coming soon, Halo Ultra 5. Guardians of Ultra. Yeah.
The next one, by the way, is a sequel. It's not like a redo.
Yeah, it just says
double-checked.
here. And weirdly, it's the only one that has in brackets next to the game the actual
Yeah, I thought
console
that-
it'd be on.
That's why I thought it was a redo of the last three. 'cause
Yeah.
I actually have a PS3 and I've got all three Uncharteds. I've still
You spoiled
not even
it.
done the second mission on Uncharted, but this is going to be apparently the
Yeah.
fourth Uncharted. So far, I like it. The only reason I've not played much Uncharted is because the fan to my OG PS3 is louder than the average Hoover. So that's a definite downside to playing on PlayStation.
You have to deafen yourself with your TV noise.
I
and
actually have
cancel
to
it
plug
out.
in my headphones into my TV
What?
to mute the noise of this fan, and I can still really hear it loud. I also have the windows open because otherwise my room will be like a boiler.
Wow. Okay, so Uncharted on the PS4. Yay.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
I'm
but
not-
it's gonna be a
I'm
long
not
time
enthusiastic.
since-
Taylor, nothing for you for Uncharted.
No,
It's
I think the rest of
PS4,
this list
isn't it?
now is just like there's only one game that I'm probably maybe be interested in that's coming up, and that's it.
there's some for me that I can see. So next one's Warhammer 40k, The Eternal Crusade. I don't think anyone here is a fan of Warhammer.
No, I actually go
No.
outside.
Next one, Little Orbit is jumping up again. Winx Club Saving Althea for
I love
pre-order.
the fact that DS games are still coming out. I love that.
For
I think it's so cool.
pre-order. Don't forget.
Something that I thought when I read that at first, Winx Club sounds like it's going to be X-rated, but then when you ring Saving Althea and the fact it's on 3DS and DS, it's like no, it's definitely not an X-rated game.
They lose a strip and you have to go find her. It's like Home Alone but just with a strippers.
Nah.
Okay, next one. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So I actually wanted to play The Witcher 2, but I'm having problems with my PC trying to get that to work, so...
I was generally debating getting it when it came out for 360,
Mm.
just because I wanted to see what it meant by there's loads of game nudity, because that's a rare thing in games, having loads of it.
Well,
So that's
to
my
me,
only reason.
it actually looks like a decent fantasy game as well. I know
That's the reason why
you're not
Carson downloaded it.
you're not into it really.
Well, I do eventually want to try the Witcher series, maybe the newest one. I don't want to play all three of them.
It's quite gritty fantasy as well, and that
Didn't-
comes out on PS4, Xbox One, PC.
Yeah, didn't this game already come out?
The Witcher 3.
No, the one below.
Oh, the next one is Wolfenstein: The New Order, which has just come out about a week ago. But I'm guessing they'll just be showing it off to, hype and keep it alive.
Maybe.
And surprisingly, it's very good. Oh god, my voice is going.
Very good.
Well,
We
yeah,
recorded for nearly 2
I've been
hours.
talking for ages, so the good thing for me would have been to have a drink nearby.
Yeah,
But
I had a
unfortunately, I
can of
didn't.
Fanta
Actually,
vodka.
no, I do. So I'm gonna take a quick sip. Ribena break.
I have coffee, so you know, I don't care.
Well, you're not trying to sleep tonight, are you? Just to clarify, guys, it's midnight right now on a Thursday.
Just to
Yeah.
clarify, I'm incredibly tired right now.
Yeah, we're at the end. So
Yeah, we
Wolfenstein: The
did
New
really
Order is already out. I heard that it was really good, and that it was actually quite reminiscent of old Wolfenstein games. So unlike Duke Nukem Forever, which did terrible because it had really nothing to do with the older games and stuff, and it just tried to be its own new thing. Apparently, the Wolfenstein New Order did everything right. So
WWE 2K15. I have not enjoyed a WWE game since 2K9. So I'm old.
The last time I enjoyed it, I've not played a WWE game since 07.
Really? I played 09. That was the last one I played on PS2, I think it was.
I rented 07 about a couple of years ago, and I got every achievement on it. I played the online. Basically, I cheated in a sense with one other person that I met in a forum. We played the online. I think it was about 4 hours. We played it together
to get all the achievements and stuff.
to get one achievement.
Well, I've been playing the WWE series since it was known as WWF No Mercy on the N64, and I still play it to
Wow.
this day because I have WWE 2K14. Cause I'm a...
So you're still a 7-year-old?
No, I wouldn't say, because the WWE games are actually kind of fun to play. I mean, it's always fun to have guys fighting,
Yeah, yup.
and unlike
Like men wrestling.
no,
half naked.
unlike the
With
shows.
elbow.
The shows on television, the scripted stuff, this feels a lot more like it's fighting rather than scripted theatrics. So it's a little bit different, a little bit cooler. So I'm looking forward to 2K15. That's it. World of Tanks and World of Tanks Blitz. One's
World
for
of
PC
Tanks
and Xbox
came out
360.
last
One's
year
for mobile.
Xbox 360 and came out like a few years ago on PC. So I assume they're just like saying, "Oh, we got new tanks." And the Blitz version, the mobile version, kind of interests me. That'll be a pretty fun like phone game, I guess.
I don't see how the controls would work.
I don't know. You see.
Well,
what
how
you
do
can
first-person games work on mobile?
Guys, last 2 games now.
Okay. Well, this it's going to be a disappointing end to this list.
Yeah.
X-Blaze
So we got
Code.
GTA 6 and Red Dead Redemption 2 are the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Imagine that. That'd be so cool.
Half-Life, Guardians. X-Blaze Code Embryo. Now, any
Don't
game with
care.
Embryo in it, I just think we're all gonna go. "Blah."
I also think it's going to be a terrible game from the name, from the development company, and for the fact that it's on PS3 and Vita.
Okay, great, fine. Moving on to the final game, which is just called X. And crazily enough, it's a Monolith project, the team most notable for their Fear games, doing a game called X on Nintendo on the Wii U. What?
Now,
How
the
could
last-
one of the biggest companies for horror games go from that to Nintendo Wii U?
They're probably trying to entice a new generation of.
They probably
like,
all
audience
took
to get-
acid.
the,
Loads of people came to him and they were like, "Yeah, let's take Nintendo, guys." Off the faces on various amounts of pills.
Now, I know that Carson wants to ask us a few questions now that we're done about it, but just before we do, I've just read something at the bottom that says that IGN
Yeah.
has confirmed which ones, so I think we should read out which ones are confirmed.
Oh, yeah, the ones with the stars. Okay, I'll go up to the top and just do that quickly. So we have, I'll include ones that are for PS3 and all that for any of you guys out
Who's
there
every
that want.
game we've mentioned,
Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed, that's PS3, PS Vita. Alphadia Genesis for Wii U. A-Train City...
Wait, hang on. Where are you
Assassin's
now?
Creed Unity. Alien Isolation, actually. Oh, no, wow. Loads of them actually been confirmed. I didn't realise that.
Wait, I think it would make more sense to read the ones that aren't confirmed.
Would it?
Yeah. Comet,
So, stuff that...
Battlefield
yeah.
5.
You know what? So why don't you just to make things easier for you? Why don't you just link the article
Yes,
in
but
the
yeah.
description?
Okay, we're going to link this to... Yep,
Yeah,
blah,
we'll
blah, blah,
link it here if you
But
really like
I want to say this at the bottom because I've just noticed this. Additional EA games at E3. EA has also announced that 6 new products will be at E3, one of which is a Frostbite engine-based game planned for release in Q3 of 2014. So
Hopefully, all their servers crash as soon as they try and play any game.
yeah, hopefully not if they're showing Battlefront.
Right. Look at this demo.
Something else very funny, in the comments of this IGN post, it says, in brackets, someone sarcastically saying The Legend of Zelda for Wii U, and then the most liked comment to that comment was, chill man, let the Wii U have its moment.
Yeah, like anyone cares. So now, to end this wonderful 2-hour bore fest of our words... joking, we're all very good at talking. I would like to ask you all for your best moment of E3 of whatever year you watched an E3.
Well, sadly enough, the only one I can remember is 2013, and the only one I watched before that was 2012. So I'm going to go with... It wasn't actually an E3 moment, but it was a game reveal, so I'm still going to say it. The GTA 5 trailer. The day the GTA 5 launch trailer came out, I was on cloud 9. Didn't even know that the game was going to be delayed for 2 years. I was still over the fucking moon.
Taylor, your best moment of E3 ever?
My best moment of E3 categorically was then the guy who was presenting the E3 booth for Battlefield came on stage and he was like, right, okay, yeah, I've got a trailer for you all.
Is that what happened? Please excuse us, we're having technical difficulties. Jingle jangle, biggle bongs, we love everyone, we will nongs and do la hula 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 hoo. That's all your little jingle while I'm waiting for my Skype to work. I'm actually thinking this is like a real thing that happens every single time. So, yeah,
Did
just...
you realise that you got disconnected then?
Yeah, I did a little jingle for my people who will be watching on my end.
Disconnected for a good 5 minutes in the chat then.
Yeah, I did the little jingle for them. A little
good.
jingle and chat for them while we were waiting. I said I actually believe this is a thing now that's going to happen each podcast. That something's just going to happen like this. So, was your best moment still that the Battlefield guy?
Yeah, Battlefield guy freaking out, getting it not working twice, then getting it to work, and
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Woo!"
My my best moment from E3 would be I'm not sure if this was E3 entirely because my memory's a bit foggy on it, but when they were showing Skyrim gameplay, because I just went over the moon on that game. I literally just came in my pants right then and there. And
What day
not
does E3 fall on?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, June 10th.
Because this video, if you're watching it on the day,
Will be on
release,
June
if you're
9th.
watching this for I Love You, is on Monday. Woohoo! So this video is just in time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And for best moment, I just want to give an honourable mention to Watch Dogs for its pocket animation.
That was amazing.
Because that was really
I'm gonna
good.
explain the story now because I think I've explained this in the last podcast.
You've
but I think
explained
you
it
did.
loads.
All right, okay then. I'm not going to explain it. I'm sorry if you've
Yeah.
not heard this story before, but you know.
Go watch the other
Just
podcast
Watch the last podcast. Watch all an hour and 15 minutes of it just
until
for
you get to the
one
point.
reference.
Then come back and watch this 2 hours again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, your worst moment of E3, if you ever had one.
Oh, that's a tricky one. I can't really think.
I'll whilst you're thinking, I can answer it in four words. TV, sports. Thank you so much, Xbox. I don't think it was E3 actually. I think it was when they unveiled the Xbox. Thank you so much for having a 2-hour-ish presentation on the Xbox next gen of gaming and focusing on a fucking skybox.
Okay, mine is definitely Kinect, Disney game, Kinect game, Disney game from last year's E3 from Microsoft.
Mine would be the Battlefield mess up. Because
The
I
one
just
that,
that Taylor, for me that was worse because I just felt bad for them. It was
Yeah,
hilarious, but I felt bad for them because they just messed up.
I
So
don't
in my
care.
experience
I
with
thought
you,
it
that was
fun.
my worst. So anyway, yeah, this has been a 2-hour long podcast. I think we probably sent you all to sleep. So wake up. But no, that was it. That was our chat on E3. I hope you enjoyed it. I will leave a link in the description for any of these source materials so you can look at them, and links to the channels of these two lovely people. I have been your host, Fearful Fox, and Jack TV Taylor. Would you like to say goodbye?
I want to thank you all for watching this video. As soon as you see that this video is up, basically watch it on my channel, then watch it on Carry On Plays' channel. Then, if you really, really want to, just click on Fearful Fox like it,
and
and just
unsub. Make sure you
give him a
subscribe
like,
so
though,
he
to
gets
make him feel
excited,
better.
and then unsub immediately after.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best course of action.
Carrie, would you like to say goodbye to all the loving fans out there?
I want to mainly say thank you so much if you watched this, because I mean this is something I've been wanting to do for a good while, and I know that we're really enjoying doing it. I know that it must be a ball ache to sit down and give yourself 2 hours to watch it. If you are doing this,
listen
thank
to
you
it.
so much. If I know it makes no sense for you to watch the same podcast 3 times, that's 6 freaking hours, but please just, maybe just sub to all of us, and then once a week, every time we do a new one, do a different person's one.
I would watch the host's version.
Yeah. But
Wink, wink.
Well, as we all know, through the process of elimination, the next host is going to be me. So
Oh, yeah, well, that's probably
going
gonna
to
suck.
We're going to be in a separate podcast on whenever Taylor wants to record, called Two Jacks One Podcast.
this is
All right.
why you guys make me sad.
Well, thank you all for joining us. Ta-ra.
Yeah, see you later, guys.
Gay.
Mwah.
Oh, shut up! Why are you trying to copy me from the last podcast?
'Cause
It
I
just
love
doesn't
you.
work. You're not me. Stop trying to be someone you're not.
Who are you referring to?